Hello there, and welcome back.
What is this place?
Disconnected.
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 Disconnected. Disconnected.
Disconnected.
Disconnected.
Disconnected.
Disconnected.
Disconnected.
Disconnected.
Disconnected.
I'm starting to feel disconnected.
You have reached a number that has been disconnected.
Hello, it's just me for now. It's been a wild last 90 minutes or so. Gage is coming in to save the day. I'll give him a little bit of grace. We had to get an emergency different guest at the last moment because Adam had something pop up. Many of you might have seen that Adam Hersey was supposed to be our guest. We'll get Adam back on at some point. But hello to everybody. Hope all is well this Thursday. I've had a crazy freaking day. Super busy with the rollout for Stolen Kingdom and everything happening all at once. Wrapping up the roadshow for that title this week. We got announcements to talk about. We got acquisitions to talk about tonight. We got magazines to talk about. Tons of announcements to talk about. But best of all, going to bring on my dear friend, Mr. Gage Hogsten.
Is my mic working?
It is, but I don't think your headset is working. I can hear myself in your audio.
Let's see if I can fix that. I made it just in time.
Sorry, Erica.
I'm gonna mute you for a second.
Yep, I hear my own echo as well. I'm glad that he muted me because that was very awkward. Gage is amazing. We get to talk about Video Ghost tonight. This is the first time Gage has been here with that focus rather than Norman Studios. We get to cover all of the happenings of the week, lots of film to talk about. I kind of wanted to talk about a film that's hitting theaters tonight that a lot of people are going to be talking about. So we're going to be talking about The Furious in just a little bit. Letting Gage get this figured out. Are we good?
Is it working now?
I think there is no echo. Hello, how are we?
Let's go. I figured it out.
Erica's going to stay and hang out. That's good. That's good. Even though it's not Adam. So what's going on, Gage? Thanks for saving the day.
Oh, no problem. I'm glad I could do it last minute like this.
As we are going to be talking about everything, why don't you tell everybody what's been going on with the Video Ghosts?
Oh, man. I know it's been a while since I've been on. I can't even remember the last time I've been on.
It's been a bit.
It's been a bit, yeah, because I hadn't even done my first event yet, I don't think.
I think it was when I was in California last year.
That's right. Yeah, and I think we were just leading up to it. When was it? Because my first event was July 12 last year.
It was the end of January, I think.
January? So
yeah.
Oh, okay. So then, yeah. All right. So then it's been a while then.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah. So no, it's been great. I've been able to do, I don't know, probably between 25 and 40-ish different pop-up events throughout the city of Jacksonville. Mostly in the Riverside and Murray Hill area, some downtown Jacksonville. And I've just in February of this year began doing film screenings of a whole bunch of different films. Hey, great to see you too, Paul. I see him on Letterboxd all the time. He's always
Paul watches a lot.
He does watch a lot. But yeah, I've been very grateful that the pop-up events has been going great. I've been able to sell a whole bunch of Deaf Crocodile stuff, TerraVision, Vinegar Syndrome, Arrow, Criterion, kind of filling the void that Jacksonville has been left with for the past couple of years with having no independent cinemas, having no video stores or anything like that here. I've been trying to create kind of a space for, you know, people that love film to come hang out and gather and talk movies and buy movies and stuff like that. And in February, we started doing the Video Ghost Cinema Club screenings, and I've done, I believe, 5 or 6 of them because I've done a couple outside of the monthly events, and almost all of them have been 100% sold out, which it's usually a small venue, about 30 people, but it's cool that there's enough demand for it that people are interested in going out and seeing them.
Well, let's answer this question first, because Video Ghost is a lot more than just a movie club or a store. What is the plan for Video Ghost, and what do you get to do right now?
Oh yeah, so some people have probably seen me on the show before. This is, I believe, my 4th time on your show, and usually I join as part of Norman Studios' Silent Film Museum. and I've been with them now for over a decade, which is crazy to
Jesus.
think about. I
That's
know.
wild considering you're like 14.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just still a young man, but yeah, that's crazy that I've been with them for a long time. Hey, what's
Yeah.
going on, Salmandible? But yeah, so been with them for a long time. I'm still with them. I still do screenings and stuff with them and events and create their merch and all that kind of stuff. But I think the very first time you and I did a show together, I showed you the Video Ghost logo. It was like
Yeah.
2021 maybe, so it was years in the making. And turned, a couple years old without doing anything. And then last July 12th was my first ever pop-up event, and I've just been trying to kind of create a community here in Jax for people that are interested in alternative cinema, because really all we have are the big chain theaters. So I've found a lot of different collectors around the city that I didn't even know existed, people that are interested in seeing, weird shit like Stolen Kingdom or Dead Mountaineers Hotel that's not going to be shown at, the Regal or the Cinemark or the AMC in town. So the plan definitely is to open up a physical store here one day, but we're trying to do it the right way, trying to do it the smart way, and take our time with it and make sure that everything's in the right place and it all works the way it should. So not going we're not probably months, maybe years out from it having a physical store, but we'll see, because every time we do an event it just keeps growing and growing and growing. So
it's crazy. I mean, some of the screenings that you've hosted recently sold out within 2 or 3 days. It's not like people don't mess around anymore. Like this is getting to be an institution already, literally.
Yeah, no, the Stolen Kingdom one sold out very quickly. It was in the matter of days. That's why we're doing a second film screening of it on July 11. So July 12th will be my 1-year anniversary. On July 10 and 11, we're taking over the Literary Lounge, which is the best bookstore in Jacksonville. The owner of it, Mariah, has been a great partner, and we've been able to host almost all the screenings there. I've done a lot of her markets that she does. I've done just my own kind of pop-ups there. And so that whole weekend on Friday and Saturday, I'm taking over her event side of her store. So she has 2 units, one that's entirely a bookstore, and then the other unit directly next to it is an event space, which are both about 1,000 square feet. And so in that event space is where we kind of set up all the chairs and everything. We have the projector and the screen and everything in there. And I set up a table where I can sell Blu-rays and 4Ks and now vinyl from TerraVision and VHS from TerraVision, which I got to meet Ryan Graveface a week or so ago. And we're excited to be able to kind of carry more TerraVision stuff now, because they're semi-local. Jacksonville, Savannah are very close to each other. He works a lot in Jacksonville, so it was only made sense for us to kind of team up and attack it together in a way. So very cool to meet them finally in person, and everything was really cool recently. So yeah, it's been great. Yeah. Oh, and that 1-year anniversary weekend, the Friday night, we're showing Tammy and the T-Rex, which is already that's already halfway sold out. So if you're in Jacksonville, Northeast Florida, and you want to go see that, get your tickets now, because it'll be sold out soon.
Well, and think about that. It is 30 days out from a screening of Tammy and the T-Rex in Jacksonville, Florida in 2026, and it's already halfway sold out.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a lot of
that's
seats,
amazing.
It's still cool. Yeah.
Yeah. That's very cool.
It's been a lot of fun to kind of live vicariously through other people, watching, Brad Henderson has once said the greatest sin is you can't watch a movie for the first time again, but being able to show people movies has been so much. Our first screening was for Bubble Bath, the Deaf Crocodile title, and obviously nobody had seen that before that had came and seen that. So to show 26 people or so Bubble Bath that had never seen it before, and to see everybody kind of fall in love with it and ask questions like, oh, how did you find out about this? Or where can I watch this? And, to be able to shepherd them into, oh, let me show you this company, Deaf Crocodile. That's amazing. And look, if you like this, you'll probably like a lot of the other stuff they put out. So, but yeah, we're showing Tammy and the T-Rex that Friday night. Saturday at noon, we're going to be showing Stolen Kingdom on July 11th, the following day. And then that Saturday night, we'll be showing Strigala from TerraVision. for the
What a
Saturday
lineup.
night show. Yeah. It's really just 3 movies that I like. And I do get asked that a lot. Like, what's your idea behind, how you program these things? Like, is there any, kind of right now, I'm just kind of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what people like,
Yeah.
because there's endless amounts of movies that I would like to screen. So
That's, I mean, what a segue. It's like you hosted something.
I know.
So tonight, by the way, we are going to be going into films that we would like to play in a theater, just to host a screening, whether that be for friends or, host an event, something like that we can get everybody out and make it fun and interesting. And I mean, the stuff that I've been doing recently and the stuff that you've been doing, and, being able to, mess with rep bookings and being able to, program double features and get like in a season the right feeling of a film out there is fantastic. I love it.
Yeah, it's amazing. And what you're doing is very special, and you've been a great partner through all of this. And then I was already doing stuff with Deaf Crocodile, and now you're doing the Deaf Crocodile screening stuff, and eventually I'll be making another wholesale order with a Deaf Crocodile and getting more of their
I'll be
discs.
packing that.
And you'll be packing it and sending it my way. So the Deaf Crocodile stuff does pretty well for me too. So people, and I try to spotlight them as much as I can through the screenings and through my social media posts and through just discussing it the table with people, because I think their stuff is easy to sell for people that are interested in blind buying things, because everything's so delicious to look at and so interesting in so many different ways. So
Well, let's start getting to some of our usual topics before we break into the announcements and all that. Obviously, with the pop-up, you get to look at a bunch of products all the time. What have you been? What have you been keeping recently? What have you been?
Oh
picking
my
up?
God! And that's also something somebody was like, "Oh man, how do you not just want to buy everything that you
Yeah.
get?" I was worried about it, that I would be like trying to get high off my own supply too much, but I actually don't. So I don't know why it's an easy disconnect for me, but I'm very fortunate.
Yeah.
That it feels that way, because I do want everything, and I am a huge collector, as you can see behind me. This is just kind of the Criterions, and then down below is kind of all my stuff I hide, like my Kinos and Warner Archives, and yeah, I see the closet. And here is like Severin and the Hammer box sets, and then what you can't see tucked away on the other side is like stuff like Film Masters and some other things, and then that's not it. I'll try to bend around here. You got that's all Indicator, Deaf Crocodile.
Look at that Indicator box set smiling at you.
And then over here you got Vinegar Syndrome, Arrow, all the partner labels, Synapse. You get further down and you got stuff like Air 4444, my Sony Frank Capra set, the big Columbia classics, Mondo Macabro, Cauldron. So
I just realized the luck of this. You get to cover Warner Archive this week because you stepped in.
Yeah, they're going crazy right now, which is actually a little bit worrying to me, but hopefully it's all good things. From what I've been hearing from George Feltenstein on his podcast, it sounds like it's mostly good. But
well, and we'll get to it in just a couple minutes, but they announced 12 titles, and 6 of them are going to be delayed by 2 more weeks, so they can prep them, which, that's okay. Good.
Like, it's by 7 days. Yeah, come on. And they did 10 announcements last week as well.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is Imprint and Umbrella are kind of 2 of the only that I have not got anything from yet.
Nothing. Wow.
Yeah,
all right.
And it's I'm kind of like battling out the reasons why in my head. They've kind of almost have become the same kind of way that I feel about like Kino, where I don't really buy as much stuff from Kino because I'm kind of like, there'll be another version of it that I'll probably prefer.
Yep.
And that's kind of been the case with a lot of Umbrella and Imprint stuff. But like, for example, I want I don't remember which company did In the Heat of the Night, but like they have Dolby Vision on it, where both the Kino and the Criterion don't. Their version of Malcolm X has Dolby Vision on it, where the Criterion doesn't. So there definitely is. And then like obviously there's the kids Blu-ray, but yeah, there's definitely some stuff I want from them, but I've just kind of they've kind of like fallen into that bucket unfairly,
Mhm.
probably, of like, I'll probably wind up getting it from another company that I may appreciate more and
Yeah.
might be cheaper, you know. And I'm
That's the big thing.
and
Importing is expensive.
yeah, and also I want to say something quickly about them is the kind of they've like almost reached a point where like I've never been uh interested in like those crazy like Chinese like crazy packaging things because like
Yep.
I do like good packaging and like I only will buy the slipcover versions of things and things like that. But like they almost like some of these imprint and umbrella things are like so big they almost leave the Blu-ray slash 4K collector sphere and kind of go into like this is like a memorabilia like item
Yeah.
like total package. It almost kind of leaves the field of what I collect and gets into yeah, like that thing is crazy.
What are you talking about? This is bigger than a regular release as the sand falls through the
Yeah,
hourglass. Pardon me, I have to go
is
get the
that
pallet jack to put this away.
is that the German release?
No,
Or
that's imprint.
as of the imprint one? Okay, because
Yeah.
I know that there's that Coke Media one that had like the Spice Diver cut and everything on
Yeah,
it.
it's crazy.
Yeah, like I kind of wanted that, but then but so, like disc content matters to me too. So
Of
I
course.
think with me, the thing that matters the most is the image quality and audio quality over even special features on the discs. Like kind of is like image quality matters the most. Then
Yep.
like I like having a booklet, so that's why I'm excited about the Deaf Crocodile movement of their standards getting booklets is huge.
Yeah, it's a big deal. Very interested to see what the ongoing reaction to that will be at some point because
Yeah,
I don't know, some people are stoked on it, other people are uh miffed to say the least and like unjustly upset to say the most. It is hilarious how people respond to some of these things.
yeah, that is kind of wild. But I guess to kind of also expand on what you asked, like if I've gotten it. Did you ask if I've gotten stuff in recently?
Yeah, I asked for your
Yeah.
pickups, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I wish, as some of you may know, I think you kind of said that I joined last minute here. So I did not have anything prepared, but
That's
just
all right.
off the top of my head, I did get in the new Kino release of Night World, the
Oh, yeah.
old Boris Karloff
Yeah.
pre-code movie, which I'm very excited to see both Kino and Universal actually releasing like a lot of these kind of like older 30s
Nice
movies
catalog
directly.
titles.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy to see. I recently got that in. I recently got in the General 4K from Eureka. Had
Nice.
had to do the silent film on 4K, of course. Um, the Mitchell Brothers film group, the Beyond the Green Door. I got that in.
Mhm.
I missed it during the sale, and so I got it from Diabolic like last minute. Luckily, they still had.
Whew.
And I think that's really it that I can think of lately. Obviously, I did order some stuff to the Vinegar Syndrome sale, so I have like a fat order coming in there.
Bunch of stuff coming in.
Yeah, that's where all my stuff is. So, what about
I
you?
uh I I don't have a ton, but I can't remember if this came in Thursday or Friday of last week, so I didn't show it. I had heard nothing but good things about Crime 101 that came out earlier this year.
Oh
This
yeah,
is
that is
a
good.
MGM Amazon film, and it's coming out through Alliance, which means no Blu-ray disc, no bonus features, no digital code. Kind of a lackluster type of release, but eager to see the movie at the very least. Kind of like Everybody and Their Mother, one of my favorite sequels in the franchise, Scream 4 4K Steelbook came in. Love the movie. And then the two that I've been excited about, primarily because I get to get them out of my house, but also because I get to watch one of them for the first time. We've got in Deaf Crocodile's release of Tomorrow, which I've seen multiple times, which is why this one is still sealed. Don't need to break that open. But Hoffmaniata, this is the one that I'm very eager for. And look at that spot gloss on the box.
Oh, that looks nice.
Nice digital release. Great art on this. Here's the back of this one. This, if you've not looked at Hoffmaniata yet, which I can hear a small echo on me again, Gage, just so you know. This is a stop motion feature from 2018 that is crazy to look at. It is wild. The stuff that Deaf Crocodile finds, I am jealous that I didn't get to hear about years ago. But the last thing is the newest issue of the magazine. Physical Media Advocate. We got the Jackass cover on here. Hopefully everybody likes this. This is a Pride issue. We got writing on here from Celeste de la Cabra for the first time. We've got a nice piece on the Matrix from David Winnick. We've got, let's see, what else do we got in here? Table of contents. Stan wrote a really great piece. We've got a big article on Jackass and toxic masculinity and embracing the game of grab ass among your friends. We've got a little piece on Tony Stella since he passed away. Big piece on The Haunting and the character of Theodora and all of the different versions of The Haunting that have come out throughout the years. And yeah, satanic classics that Laurent over in Germany going above and beyond to go to the filming locations of Kenneth Anger's Lucifer Rising and recreated like 8 scenes from the film for the magazine alone, which is insanity. And I love that he did that.
That's amazing. Yeah, he's doing crazy stuff, man. Every time you bring up something he's doing, I'm like, what the hell?
Oh wow, Nick Nolte's in Crime 101. That's
crazy.
What about watching? Other than your events, what have you been checking out lately?
I have not been watching much either lately. I've been going crazy at work, and then the events taking up a lot of time. I'm actually kind of in a slump right now. Also, Forza Horizon 6 has recently came out, and I've been playing the shit out of that.
Yep, you're busy then.
Yeah, I've been down to like playing like one video game every like 12 or 16 months or so, and this is my one that I'm going pretty hard on right now. But I did see Stolen Kingdom. I recently watched.
Heard that's good.
Yep, that was great to see with the audience too. It was insane. So, oh my god, we were all dying laughing. The Florida man guy that goes to the island, I was not expecting that at all. I need a whole documentary just about that guy now. But
I finally got to show that in person last week, and it was so loud on a couple spots because everybody was rolling with laughter that I'm like, you're missing some good dialogue. Come on, guys.
That was good. I watched Mutant Aliens, the
nice
Crocodile Bill Plimpton movie. That was a lot of fun. I saw In the Gray in theaters, which is funny. There's like all these hot ass movies in theaters right now, and everybody's making fun of me for going and seeing the new Guy Ritchie movie. They're like, "You haven't seen fucking Obsession or Backrooms?" I do really need to see that. I don't want to, but we went and saw In the Gray that like opening night, kind of on a spur of the moment kind of deal, and other than that, I can't. That's like probably all that I've watched in like the past month, which is pretty crazy because I'm doing really well right now. I think I'm trying to find my phone so I can pull up my letterbox, but I've watched 63 new movies to me so far this year, which is pretty good for me because I usually hit less than 100. So I'm on track to do more than 100 this year. So
that's not bad. That's pretty great. Although it's football season this fall, so
not only football season starting up, but if Grand Theft Auto comes out in November too, like
if it comes out,
if it comes out, like this whole fall is fucked. I'm not gonna watch any movies at all.
I still remember Grand Theft Auto 6 was announced, I believe, when I first I think it was the first year we moved to Missouri. And that has been, as of last month, 13 years.
Oh my god, yeah. No, the GTA 5 came out in 2013. So
okay.
Yeah, so
I think right after the release they announced that they were starting work on it.
Of course we're gonna start on it, yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. That was my senior year of high school. GTA 5 came out.
That is crazy. Jeez. I've had 2 kids since then, moved, bought a couple different houses and sold them. Ugh. What a world.
And it's like it's wild that like in the prime of my video game playing life, like my entire 20s, I got 0 Grand Theft Auto games. I got 0 new Bethesda. I think Fallout 4 was the only one that came out, and Starfield I don't count. But no new Fallouts or one Fallout. No new Elder Scrolls games. I had no NCAA football video games for 12 years. No new Tony Hawk video games. No new skate video games. Like everything that I grew up loving and playing, that just like didn't get any of them. Like
I still play Skate 3 with my kids.
Skate 3 is great. The new online thing I don't like really that much. They killed the physics of what made it fun in my opinion, but
yeah,
whatever.
Yikes. Well, the big thing I wanted to say, I watched a bunch of stuff this week, and I literally can't talk about any of them. So sorry. But the big one is tonight, everywhere across the U.S., The Furious is coming out from Lionsgate. And this is not the type of movie that I cover all that often, but really wanted to shout it out because it is, good God, everybody needs to go see The Furious in the theater. It is a wild Asian action film that's not... I know for a lot of like Asian action films, they surround some type of like hardcore revenge due to sexual assault or something like that. Nothing crazy in it. It does center around the idea of child trafficking, but there's not a lot of terrible things depicted surrounding that. But my goodness, very well acted, incredible climactic fight. Like maybe one of the best choreographed fights ever in the history of cinema, genuinely. Some of the action does border on Looney Tunes, but it's just fun as hell because of that. It is wild. It is it's a really great crowd pleaser. So in a theater is absolutely going to be the way to say that. Like hearing everybody cringe at the same time and and stuff like this is the one that you want to go see with 50 people. It is going to be a blast. I really hope people love this. It is great. Asian action. Are you into any of the big Asian action films over the last 20 years?
Definitely have not seen enough of them. I've seen like clips of the Raid movies. I need to see those still. The Ip Man movies, I still need to watch all the way. I've seen a lot of each of them, but have not watched all the way through on all of them. Oh, my girlfriend's coming in to shut my door.
Sweet.
But I'm gonna have to run out and go grab my laptop charger too. I just realized in a second.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah, a lot of the Asian action movies of the past 20 years definitely have not watched a lot of.
I get that. Who else is going to see The Furious? I see a couple people already picking up tickets and such. I am dying to hear more people loving it. Looks like RFV's got The Furious at Regal. Nice. So the big thing, this week was kind of crazy with announcements. There's stuff like Warner Archive going crazy, stuff like Kino announcing all kinds of stuff, just like they do every week. What are you feeling about physical media in 2026? Because you're getting invested in it. I mean, just a couple weeks ago, I posted on all of the social media everywhere about video stores. What are people doing for in-person new releases? And the response was crazy because pretty much everybody just said Barnes & Noble and Walmart are maybe the only things that we have. And I know that you're the same way, other than the stuff that you get in. How are you feeling? I mean, what type of people are coming out to Video Ghosts? What are you thinking about the future with it?
Oh man, I definitely am still a believer that physical media is still like in its golden age right now. I don't think there's ever been a better time. Obviously, if you're into quality and weird stuff being put out in quality releases. I mean, and every year that keeps being more and more and more and more, which is good. So I mean, obviously there's the weirdos that complain about things about, oh, I don't like this, but it's like, oh, thank God I don't have to buy. Like, I love when Eric puts out something I'm not totally on board with, because it's like, oh, cool, that saves me some money there. But as far as physical media goes, I'm still collecting just as heavily as I normally am. I'm in that same boat where the only places to buy them physically here in person are Walmart's and one of the two Barnes & Noble. So that's the only two places, or Video Ghost. So I have some stuff for sale, and obviously you're not getting a lot of this boutique stuff at the Walmart, but
right.
Barnes has Gage with. That's funny. I know. I can't believe him and I haven't been in the same room at the same time or talked to the Barnes & Noble is starting to carry a lot of the, I went out there and saw they had 88 films releases the other day, like and stuff, which I was like, let's go. So
rumor is they're gearing up for a 88 films sale possibly in the next month, or like last year around this time they had like a cult movies sale, which, I mean, who knows what that actually means.
It was basically all the boutiques that weren't Criterion or Arrow. Exactly.
So, it was like art house indicator titles is buy this cult film.
Exactly, which I was lucky. I'd got some really good stuff out of that indicator. Getting those indicator 4Ks 50% off was really nice, and they have the limiteds there. So But yeah, for my, people that have been coming out and shopping with Video Ghost, it's been really cool because there's a lot of people that do collect that come out and buy stuff. And then there's a lot of people that come out that don't collect or really know anything about it. And sometimes I'm like, you got a 4K player? Like, before you buy that, like, are you able to do that? And there's a lot of people that are like, yeah, no, I have a 4K player, or I have a PlayStation 5 or something like that. So it's like, it seems like it. I was worried that I'd get a lot of like, oh, I would buy these, but I don't have any way to play it. I mean, I do hear that sometimes, but there's a lot of people that come and buy stuff that have never owned any like boutique discs, and then they come out and they buy stuff again from me. So it's like, hopefully we're getting more people interested in the hobby. And like you said, like, I think it would grow so much more if places gave these releases chance, especially the big guys, like, because like they can release stuff cheaper than I can get it for wholesale. It's like,
it's a big deal.
It's like I guess I'm fortunate that right now I'm kind of like the only real dog in this fight here in Jacksonville. I mean, outside of Barnes and Noble, but like Barnes and Noble sells stuff mostly for MSRP if it's not on sale. So it's like a lot of people are not buying from them anyways. I try to keep my price as competitive as possible. I pretty much sell them for what they go for online. Like sometimes like Visual Vengeance like titles, like I have to sell for a little bit more than like, I don't like Orbit has, like I would make $1 off
21
of it
or something.
Like, holy shit, yeah. So like some titles they're like a little bit more than I would like for them to be, and I definitely like, it's funny, like I have like I think it's Opera's $60 is what I'm selling it for. It's like that's just like how much I have to sell it for, and like everybody comes out and they're like, who the fuck would spend $60 on a Blu-ray? And I'm like, well, I would, but
you want to borrow my copy?
Yeah, exactly. So no, but it's been a lot of fun, like kind of talking to people, and it's there is a lot of here in Jacksonville. There's kind of a big like VHS community, which Ryan and I have kind of talked about that recently. I'm definitely, it's cool that there's a community of it, but it seems it's so bizarre how like anti sometimes they can be for the Blu-ray and 4K.
Yeah,
kind of like, covet VHS is kind of like if you're like kind of like a thrifty or DIY or like eco-friendly, and they kind of see Blu-ray as like a capitalist, like it just like kind of becomes this thing. I kind of have this little stink on me, I think, sometimes, in some people's opinions of like, oh, this guy's just like in it for the money or something like that, which is like the furthest thing from the truth. I like care so much about it, and like I really, really love this kind of stuff. So, it's been selling good stuff though.
On the optimistic side, after that post, I've heard of essentially like 4 pockets of the country here in the US that are hoping to be getting a video store in the next 2.5 years, which the fact that 4 metro areas are even considering it in 2026 is exciting. And that means there is an audience there. There is a way to approach it, and there's likely a way to get it done. And I mean, you're even showing the perfect, happy medium. That there may not be a permanent store yet, but you can already set up a brand. You can find a community, find out what the audience will be like, and bring yourself to the audience in a way.
Yeah, and I think that's worked very, very well for me. Oh man, I want that Hunter's Blood, but I have not bought it yet. I think
so expensive.
Yeah, I do. I definitely do want to get that, and I missed out on the first the what's the rock and roll movie with Ozzy Osbourne, that
Trick or Treat.
I missed that, and like I know that it was a Red Shirt Pictures or whatever. I know they're about to start releasing a whole bunch of stuff, so I gotta like save up for those, so it's like, do I get the Hunter's Blood or do I get, but anyways, that's besides the point. But yeah, like the Blu-ray stores and boutique video stores and stuff popping up around the country has been definitely like a thing. Just Vinegar Syndrome alone is about to open up their Minnesota store, and so it's going to be their 5th location.
Yes, because of Toronto. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Toronto, Connecticut, Denver, Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And now this, so it's like, who's to say they don't do another one next year too? And it's like they could have 10 of them open in the next couple of years.
I wouldn't be surprised if they already have 2 in the works or something.
I mean, that's awesome that like there's a brand that's able to do this at a national scale. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy. Imagine it, like even just saying, yeah, there's a brand that has 5 national,
international even.
Yeah, international. Yeah, you're right. It's like that's kind of crazy because like I know there's Bull Moose up in the Northeast still, correct?
Yep.
Like they're probably the largest chain.
Yes, I mean, although if Entertain Mart, are they still a thing somewhere? I know that I think it's Entertain Mart and Vintage Stock and someone else are all owned by the same thing, and so it's like 3 brands under one umbrella. But yeah.
Okay. But I'm gonna grab my charger real quick because my battery's low. So let me go grab that.
Why don't you do that? I will vamp.
Right back. Okay.
Well, we're going to jump into the announcements in just a moment when Gage is back. And then, like I said, tonight after the announcements, we're going to discuss 5 films that we want to program in Rep Cinema to be shared with our friends or with an audience or just be able to see on the big screen. Because, God, there are a bunch of movies I am dying to see on a big screen. I would love to have access to even like a micro cinema, bring a bunch of people for my birthday and play a movie that I've been looking to do for a long time. Ryan, your brother's in Minneapolis? I thought he was in Arizona or something. All right, interesting. All right. Yes, Gen Z is getting the idea, which is feeling the interest in discs and VHS, which is about ditching the subscriptions. Absolutely. Yeah, that is so true. And Mozart's Ghost wants to buy a CRT to be able to do VHS. I mean, you can hook up a VCR to a lot of these LCD and OLED TVs. I can't imagine they look amazing, but I mean, I'm thinking the same thing. I'd actually really appreciate getting a VCR right now. VCRs that work are getting to be a little more difficult than anything that you can pick up at a thrift shop is always a worry right now, but the fact that nobody is making them anymore is rough. Let's see. What else? Yeah, you don't need a CRT to watch VHS, but I mean, I can't imagine it's going to look great either way. But I mean, I also just want one just kind of for the aesthetic too. I'd really like to set one up just in the corner of the room. Oh, good God. He's been in Minneapolis was he in Arizona before that? We don't need to have this conversation while I'm here in front of everybody, but man, that's wild. I didn't think that was the case. Terry says the oligarchs don't want us to own anything. This is it. Yes, they want you chained to recurring payments for the rest of your life, which sucks. VHS looks terrible. Yes, it does. I mean, no matter what, it looks terrible.
You're not going to believe what I just found.
For the podcast audience, describe that.
Very large Budweiser can.
It kept going up when you were lifting.
How big this is maybe like a 32 ounce or something. I don't know. It's a big sucker.
Oh man, CRT in 2026 got banned. Yes, it is beer, Travis. Thank you.
Travis, he's awesome.
Funny enough, we were just talking about Imprint and Umbrella, and our first announcement for tonight is one of those giant Imprint releases. Let's get into the fact that on August 26th, we are getting a 4K and Blu-ray dual format release of Species and Species 2 from Imprint in Australia. The pre-orders for this are not sold out yet. They're going to go up on July 15th with the rest of theirs, which not real sure why they're doing that. Kind of an odd choice, but hey, whatever. This is one of the ones where they say it's a heavy bespoke collector's item measuring 24 by 32 centimeters, weighing in at 2 kilograms. For you that only speak American English, inches and poundage, it's like 4.8 pounds, something like that. Crazy. And it comes replete with comprehensive physical extras, including a full-color matte laminated 27 by 40 folded print of the original Species poster, another one of the Species 2 poster, a reproduction of the original 1995 press kit for Species, the 98 press kit for Species 2, 1995 lobby cards for Species, and then lobby cards for Species 2, a large format hardcover photo book featuring stills from both films, 2 A4 art prints of this very specific artist, Sveta Shubina's original artwork that they made for Species and Species 2, a reprint of the script for Species, and a 3D lenticular hard case housing all 5 discs. Jesus Christ, how bad do you want this, Gage?
I have never have owned the Species movies, and I remember them being on Sci-Fi Channel and on Encore, I think. And I remember my dad would always be like, "Gage, it's on Encore tonight," and I'd be like, "Oh yeah," and I would always watch it passively in the background. I've never actually sat down and watched them all the way through. I think it's in Species 2. There's a scene where they take this dude's mattress off of the bed, and he's got a whole bunch of Playboys underneath the mattress. And that's like the only thing I can remember off the top of my head of the movies. But they're pretty wild. They're cool. I would like to own the Species movies.
I mean, there's a lot of nudity, that's for sure.
Yeah, yeah. So I would like to own these. But see, my thing is like, man, if Arrow could put this out, or like somebody else, like,
well, 88 Films did.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I would probably get the 88 Films over this, but this could have a slightly better encoding on it, and I would want this one, and then I'd just be like, SOL.
Yeah, I get that. What the heck, Silent Mandible? Oh, that's great. I always got this movie and Showgirls mixed up in my head based on watching half-remembered scenes, says Mr. A Fat Man. That is wild to me, to mix up Species and Showgirls. Oh, that is great. Colton. Oh, these messages are freaking incredible. All right, so that's Species. Like, the big moral of the story here is not a lot of new extras or anything like that, but if you love Species, it's not going to get more bespoke or boutique than this release, that's for sure. So check it out from Imprint if you want a 5-pound box of Species. But if not, I understand, because that is a lot of Species. Next up, over in the UK, September 21st, we're getting a 4K Blu-ray and DVD release from Mubi of The Secret Agent from last year. Did you get to see this one?
Last year, I can talk about this because this is crazy, but last year is probably the least amount of movies I've seen in the theater since I've been able to drive. So for about 15 years, I only saw 2 movies in theaters last year, and it was The Smashing Machine and Marty Supreme.
Which one was better?
I liked both of them a lot. I know Smashing Machine got a lot of hate, which is unfair, and I think that people are more interested in some kind of pitting the two against each other to be like, oh, there's very obviously one better brother. There was like a lot of that kind of discourse online, which I was not interested in. But I mean, I was very familiar with the Mark Kerr story. I had seen the documentary, and so like I kind of knew what I was getting into with it. And like I went with a group of people, and I think like some of them didn't know, and so like I don't want to spoil anything, but it kind of ends in a way that you might not expect a sport movie to end. And so like I think a lot of people were disappointed in that, and I think that that turned a lot of people off. And then obviously The Rock is a very polarizing character in the world of cinema, so that kind of has like a lot of like negative connotation to people that just like wanted to write the movie off to begin with. So but I really like The Smashing Machine. I think between Marty Supreme is a pretty fucking special movie. But
I could not believe in Mark Kerr's story that they actually sent him to the moon at the end. Like that's super surprising. It's unique for a sports movie.
Yeah, exactly.
That was dumb. I'm sorry. No, I am in the camp that did not like The Smashing Machine. I thought it was pretty bad. But I will say I really did like Marty Supreme quite a bit.
And I liked the kind of visual things they did with Smashing Machine. It was pretty interesting as well.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple scenes where The Rock doesn't look like The Rock. I'll give you that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, that too. The whole prosthetics. I think that I will say the hospital scene with The Rock was pretty effective to me, because I've known a lot of people that have dealt with similar situations that he's been in, and people that kind of behave that way. So
yeah,
that It's so hard to cry and couldn't. Yeah, that was pretty funny. But in my opinion, I thought that scene was pretty effective. I liked that scene. I don't want to spoil it for anybody that hasn't seen it, but it's pretty good. But and I also just like the whole 16 millimeter blown up to 70 shit that they were doing, especially like those opening scenes with like all the mirrors on the walls and everything. They did a lot of pretty interesting stuff like that. So I can't wait to see what he does next as well. So, but yeah, that just happened that way. That those were the two movies that I saw. I did not try to make it that way, but so I did not see The Secret Agent. I would like to see it though. I have it on my watch list.
That was a long answer, and I like it. I did see The Secret Agent. I liked it. I didn't see it as the masterpiece that a lot of people did, but it was fine. And I think Wagner Moura is kind of incredible. So check it out. I think you'd like it. This one I really did love. August 17th, Mubi is also releasing a 4K Blu-ray and DVD of Sentimental Value. Just a crazy great movie, especially for people that love films and movies about making films and jokes about giving 10-year-olds DVD copies of Irreversible.
Oh man,
yeah, good movie. Check it out. Sentimental Values.
This is not getting a Criterion release too, is it?
It already has. It's already out. Yes.
Okay, I was about to say I knew I'd seen that somewhere.
Yep. Let's get into Warner Archive already. So again, half of these are going to be delayed by 2 weeks after the date of July 28th. I don't remember exactly which half, so I apologize. But 2 weeks is nothing, so no big deal. Pre-order if you're into it. That always helps, especially to send a message like Warner Archive that truly needs it right now, and that's a big deal. So first up, Laurel and Hardy in Bonnie, Scotland from 1935, getting a Blu-ray on July 28th from Warner Archive. This one gets commentary by Laurel and Hardy aficionados Leonard Maltin and Richard W. Bann. Laurel and Hardy feature excerpts from Hollywood Party from 1934 and Pick a Star, both in HD, and the original trailer. This is a 1080 master from a 4K scan of nitrate production elements. Laurel and Hardy. I don't think you and I have talked about Laurel and Hardy. What are you thinking about Laurel and Hardy? How do you feel about them?
Yeah, I like Laurel and Hardy a lot. Actually, Oliver Hardy got his start in Jacksonville. A lot of people don't know. He actually filmed quite a bit of short films here before he was paired up with Laurel. So I believe we have maybe 3 or 4 of them. It's probably wrong. It's probably more than that. But I know we have shown a handful of them at Norman Studios. They weren't shot at Norman Studios or Eagle Film City, which Norman Studios was before. It was Norman Studios, but they were somewhere in Jacksonville. I can't remember the name of the. I should know, but one of the other studios that were here. We've showed those, and we have a guy on our board that is like a super big Laurel and Hardy fan. So I bet you he's very excited for this.
Nice. Yeah, I love that someone else other than Flicker Alley and Eureka is working on Laurel and Hardy stuff. It's exciting to see more of them getting restored.
Yeah, and I'm kind of unfamiliar. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm unfamiliar
you're good.
with like what they did outside. So that's an MGM movie, I see.
Yep.
So I don't know how many movies they did with MGM. So I mean, Warner Brothers could probably own a few of them, I would assume.
At this point, yeah, Warner Brothers, they own way too much, that's for sure. Next up, Crime Wave from 1954. This one, I know a lot of people were excited about this. I'd not even heard of this one before. It's an Andre de Toth film with Sterling Hayden. This is an audio commentary by Eddie Muller and James Elroy. Featurette on Crime Wave, The City is Dark, and then a classic Warner Brothers cartoon, Baby Buggy Bunny, and a classic short, Gadgets Galore, plus the original trailer. This is from a 4K scan of the OCN on this one. Have you seen Crime Wave or heard of this one before?
I've not seen this, and I had not had it on my watch list. I mean, a lot of these kind of blend together after a while. I see that Warner owns Warner owns all MGM titles prior to April of 1984, I believe. So
it is so specific to have that memorized, and I love you for that.
Yeah, so they own all of RKO, they own all of Lorimar, Hanna-Barbera. Well, I will say most of RKO. Some of the stuff kind of got sold off, I believe, when it got parsed out. But so yeah, that is true. They own almost all of that era of MGM. But stuff that's not UA, United Artists. So stuff like
right.
But anyways, Crime Wave got Andre the Top fire, Sterling Hayden double fire. But the most exciting thing about this movie, where's it at on here? 74 minutes, I think it is.
Sure is.
Oh, let's go. I love that.
74 minutes, black and white. Yep, that's a win.
That's a double win right there.
Next up, Captain Horatio Hornblower from 1950, coming to Blue from Warner Archive. Some decent stuff on this classic Warner Brothers short, My Country 'Tis of Thee, cartoon Captain Hairblower in HD, Lux Radio Theater broadcast with Gregory Peck and Virginia Mayo. Plus, we got the original trailer. I mean, Raoul Walsh, that's a big enough draw right there. But to get Gregory Peck and Virginia Mayo, that's a big one for lots of people.
Yeah, and the Warner Brother Technicolor discs are always amazing. So like bringing these all on all these. So
4K scan of the original Nitrate Technicolor negatives is such a beautiful sentence to read.
And in 137, which like I love watching the square Technicolor look is just I love that so much. So I definitely will want to get this, and it's only 81 minutes. Because sometimes some of these movies of this era can be like
194 minutes.
Oh man, yeah. So seeing this one for this length on a Technicolor, it's going to be
a big deal.
Yeah, that's good.
Next up is The Sisters from 1938 with Errol Flynn and Betty Davis. This one says, I was delighted with this part because it was a change of pace. Betty Davis said about playing Louise Elliott in The Sisters. I was always challenged by a new type of person to play. Louise is a most appealing type of person, a warm, intelligent woman who loses her heart to a charming ne'er-do-well, played by Errol Flynn with his first pairing with Betty Davis, who marries then deserts her, takes the pandemonium of the San Francisco earthquake and 2 years of heartache to reunite them. Anita Louise and Jane Bryan co-stars Louise's sisters, whose own marital trials and tribulations add more hankies and more prestige melodrama, bookended by the 1904 and 1908 presidential elections and enriched by a nod to a dawning woman's movement. What a piece of copywriting. This one, studio blooper reel called Breakdowns of 1938 included here. I freaking love that. Warner Brothers short, The Night Intruder included here. Lux Radio Theater broadcast with Irene Dunn and David frickin' Niven, plus the original trailer. What excites you here other than 99 minutes?
Oh, 99 minutes is a little long. So
it's a little long.
No, but that's funny. A lot excites me about this. The Lux Radio Theater broadcast I love putting on. Now that I have the OLED, I haven't done it as much because I'm scared of like burning. Some of them I just have like static images. But I love listening to those Lux Radio theaters. And sometimes they have the stars of them, sometimes they don't. And Irene Dunn is one of my favorite. She's in the Awful Truth with Cary Grant, which is one of my favorite movies. And then David Niven is great. And Old Dracula. Have you ever seen Old Dracula?
It's not good.
The ending, the whole setup of that movie is just a joke to do blackface. Like
it is so bad.
It's insane. It's an insane movie. But David Niven's good though. But so that's wild. But the cover art on this is amazing. I love the little Warner Brothers logo kind of in the left of the sisters title or whatever.
Big old title treatment here.
I like how they did all that. So that's pretty sexy cover art here. I like this. I mean, they always kill it with their cover art. So
yeah, posters from the 30s to 50s are unreal. Absolutely.
I say the same thing. The silent movie poster, like from like 27. That's where we're lucky with Norman Studios because a lot of like independent stuff wouldn't have the greatest posters, but this dude spent he didn't care, bro. He went all out on the movie posters, and just from this era, this illustration is just so beautiful. Like, look at this thing.
Yep. 1933's Lily Turner with Ruth Chatterton and George Brent is here. Coming on Blu-ray, we get a classic Warner Brothers comedy short called Mushrooms and a Warner Brothers cartoon called Bosco's Picture Show, plus the original trailer, 4K scan of the original Nitrate negatives. I mean, this is pretty cool. Plus, only 70 minutes.
Let's go. I love that. And, I saw someone else earlier in the chat say, I lost it, but somebody was making comment that Crime Wave was available in one of the noir sets. Oh, I see it here.
Yeah.
Mac DVD. I'm unfamiliar with the DVD sets as much that Warner did, but I know they had those noir sets, and I know they had a lot of those pre-code sets, and I don't think like anything from those pre-code sets have had Blu-ray releases yet. So interesting
No.
to see what happens with like even like the big ones like the 3 on a match and stuff like that. Great thing.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That was a very Kansas City joke. Thanks, Ronnie. This one, by the way, directed by William Wellman. Big name for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Next up, The Seventh Cross from MGM. This one is coming on that same day on Blu-ray from them. 1944, new 4K scan of the best quality preservation elements. A little less exciting on that front, and no extras on this, but it's Spencer freaking Tracy. That's got to be enough for a lot of people.
Yeah, that is okay. I see Jack also says Libeled Lady got a blue, but was that? I know they've put out pre-code stuff, but was Libeled Lady in one of those
from the collection?
They were called like Forbidden Hollywood, I think, is what they called the things. I don't know if it was in one of those. They could have been though. I have no idea. But yeah, I do not like that they say best quality preservation elements because obviously it's like, what does that mean? I do get excited, because that means like this was probably saved from falling apart, because that usually means the negative doesn't exist.
Yep.
Not as sexy to post, or it doesn't make sense to anybody but nut jobs like us if they put, oh, this is from a fine grain inner positive people, so they just like, just put it's from the best preservation elements. I know I've brought this up. I always bring it up on your podcast. Do you ever listen to George Feltenstein?
I do. Yes, I will say yes sometimes, not all the time. It's tough. But.
Yeah, I listen to all of his extra podcasts. So if anybody is ever interested in the Warner Archive releases, George Feltenstein does the Extras podcast. The guy Tim Millard, who used to work at Warner Brothers with George, and they kind of go over every monthly release. And if you're interested, kind of like in this, almost in the same kind of way that Severin goes over each title, they go over each title. So like, George Feltenstein, like this may just say best preservation elements, but on that podcast, like I haven't listened to it yet, but he may say like, this actually, the original negative burned in the fire because all the MGM stuff did.
Yep.
But we have a safety, deposit at some fucking vault in the East Coast that was able to lend us this. Like, so like if you are interested in those things, he usually tells the stories about how they got them on Blu-ray.
Beyond that, the big thing that George is great at is really making you understand that Warner Archive is an archive, and the reason that they're choosing the films that they're putting out, because it's truly pushing the films that are about to be lost or about to be something that they can't preserve anymore. So I was talking to, I'm gonna name and shame you there, Sibner. We were talking, Sibner and I, the other day about how Warner Archive is not doing many things that are post like 1960 lately. And I know that they just did Private Benjamin. That was a big one. But other than that, they're really focused on the older ones. And I get it because of the archive standpoint, but also for people that aren't into, super old and they want some stuff archived from 1970 through 2005, I'd love to see great releases of those things too.
Yeah, and he kind of talks about this a lot, that like the titles they put out necessarily aren't selected by him. It's just kind of what he says usually at any given time for the past like 4 or so years. They've had between like 25 and 35 titles actively being worked on at a time. So that's a lot. And, some titles may take 2 months to get through the process. 3 of those titles may be a 7-year process. Right. So, they're all in different stages of how much work and time gets put into them. But basically what he's saying, is like, there's 25 to 35 things we work on at a time, and as they become available, we kind of pick and select the best thing to put out. But I will say something that's very promising is now we have Vinegar Syndrome, Arrow, obviously Criterion and Shout. I've worked with them for a while. Who knows who else may be working with them, but it seems like they're being more willing to kind of license out some of the stuffs, past the 60s may find its way to other labels, which is really cool. So because they do great work.
That is the hope. I would love to see more and more of those come out at this point. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
All right, so that was the Seventh Cross. Moving on from there to, I know this was a big one for a lot of people. We've got from 1935, A Midsummer Night's Dream, the original Roadshow version. So this one, I'm going to go into some details a little bit. It says, in Shakespeare's bewitching comedy, a slew of legends from the Warner Brothers stock company, including James Cagney, screen debuting Olivia de Havilland, Dick Powell, Joe E. Brown, and others play these mortals in this double Academy Award winner. Theatrical legend Max Reinhardt and studio collaborators turn his famed Hollywood Bowl production into an exquisite film with Eric Wolfgang Korngold adapting the glorious Felix Mendelssohn score. This will have a commentary by Scott McQueen, which is kind of rare on these, and I think this is the third one that we've already talked about tonight, which is pretty cool. Olivia de Havilland screen test for Danton, vintage featurette called A Dream Comes True, presenting a gallery of 6 teaser trailers showcasing cast members from the film, Warner Brothers Studio Cafe teaser trailer, and then a Warner Brothers musical short, Shake Mr. Shakespeare, plus the teaser or the theatrical trailer. We've got 4K scans of the original nitrate negative supplemented with nitrate protection elements. I mean, this is really cool. I love that we got all the details for this, that they put everything into this. This is a lot, though. This is pretty cool.
Yeah, no, this is really, really awesome to see stuff like this. And they've been doing a lot of these lately where they've kind of like reintroduced like roadshow versions, like Rhapsody in Blue they did last year or 2 years ago. Yeah. All the stuff that had been cut out of it for a while. So this is cool to see, kind of like Mickey Rooney. Mickey Rooney is in one of my favorite movies ever, The Phantom of the Megaplex, the Disney Channel Halloween movie.
If only we could see a release of that.
Dude, I'm telling you, I would cop all the fucking. I know I've said that one time. The Halloween Town's like my number 1, 2 release.
Did we talk about this? I just saw Halloween Town for the first time like 2 or 3 Halloweens ago.
Oh my god, yeah, those are like must watches every year. The first 2, anyways. And I also want to add on.
The second one.
The Mozart's Ghost said, did he ever say if the Warner Archive is doing Gone with the Wind or if it's a regular Blu-ray? Like, I guess obviously I don't work for Warner Brothers, so I don't know this like for sure, but it seems like what happens is like I said, these 25 to 35 movies at any given time being worked on is just done through Warner Brothers motion picture imaging, and when they get taken out of that restoration process, they kind of just like divvy up with what makes sense with what. So like Gone with the Wind is a big enough title to just not relegate to the Warner Archive collection, so like stuff like that will just get put on there. But I mean, they're virtually you're expecting kind of the same kind of things, you know, from even these Warner Archive discs. So, you know, they're all kind of going through the same process. So like a Warner Archive disc and Gone with the Wind went through the same kind of restoration process, but it will be a standard release, not a archive collection release.
And I'm sure it'll look amazing, literally. Like the stuff that they've been doing has looked absolutely incredible.
Yeah, they've been doing. I still need to get the Ben-Hur 4K.
I think I got that one. I need to watch that disc still, though.
Yeah, I have not. But it looks amazing from what I've seen.
The Vid says, rumor has it that someone's going to release an HD version of The Devils in October this year. I mean, it's rumor confirmed at this point.
It's confirmed. And
it's also likely 4K and not just HD.
Yes. And it's interesting. I don't think, have you talked about The Clockwork on your channel yet? I don't think you have, because I just busted through like 6 of your episodes I was behind, and I don't remember you talking about that yet.
I can't remember if it was turned around where we were talking about it or not, or if it was maybe the day after and I just forgot to bring it up in the next episode. But yeah, so Sean Baker partnered with Warner Brothers essentially to make a new sub studio label called Clockwork, and they the first thing is they gave Sean something like $15 million to make his next movie, and then they worked together to get a release of The Devils underway. And that, I mean, it was probably just kind of a way to advertise Clockwork, because I'm sure this has been underway for a while, and it wasn't just Sean coming on at the last moment.
That's great. It's a win-win for all 3 of the Sean, Warner Brothers, and The Devils.
And Ken Russell, his corpse.
Yep.
It's I mean, I'm glad that they're doing this. I hope that they, what's the best way to say this? I hope that they shine this sort of love and attention to smaller films as well. And
100%.
knowing Sean, I think that's 100% going to be one of the missions. I just give it the same sort of fanfare sort of thing.
Yeah, I think that 100% is what they're. I kind of have a good trust in the Warner Brother brand, which is funny because they have like, if you're a DC fan, you don't, and
Right.
yeah, and like obviously with what they're going through with the purchasing of their company right now, people are very speculative of what they will do. But I think that this Clockwork thing will be a pretty. I think this will be a good thing because I think everybody's kind of waking up to the excitement of the mid-budget movie renaissance that's happening. Really.
Well, that, and I mean, it's Sean. Like, it's
You got
the
you
fact
got
that
a guy,
the guy that will like harps on film camera negatives, and you've got all these people that Sean can talk about an individual Italian film poster for 20 minutes and not get tired or repeat himself. And I mean, who else is better to champion something like that?
Yeah, it's so cool, and I love to see that a brand like Warner Brothers and Sean Baker working is really awesome.
Head Coop wants to know, will it be the original uncut version of The Devils? I thought they felt some scenes were distasteful. I mean, lots of people felt they were distasteful, and honestly, fuck them. Like, it doesn't matter. The reality is, from what I'm hearing, it is the most complete version of The Devils possible. I think there's still, if I remember right, I think there's still some negative aspect that's missing. However, they might be able to put that in, either intercut it with lower elements or put it on the disc as extra footage, essentially.
Yeah, and I think because of its being shown at Cannes and the people that have seen it so far, I think that if it was kneecapped in any way, I think we would have heard something about it already. Like, because a good amount of people did see it at the festival, and I think people would have came out and been like, well, it actually is missing that one part of it that's but we haven't heard any of that, so I'm pretty hopeful for it.
On the other hand, though, a lot of people at Cannes don't actually like movies, so maybe they don't even recognize it.
David Gregory saw it, and him and Andrew Furtado. I feel like one of them would have been like, yeah, but I didn't hear any of them complain, so who knows.
No, and anyways, yeah.
He was
next
talking with David Gregory, and they're putting out The Devils on Severin, and it's going to be $97 and only available during the sale. But he didn't want
a 14 disc set, yeah. 3 discs are just for the soundtrack, 17 DVDs.
And I'm gonna
that was 20. That's
and I'm gonna sell it at Video Ghosts, and everybody's gonna be like, "What the fuck? Who would buy this?
Who's gonna pay $123? I will." Next release is Colt 45 with Randolph Scott. This is from 1950, directed with relentless, fast-paced energy by Edwin L. Marin and beautifully photographed in vibrant Technicolor. Colt 45 is a quintessential hard-hitting Warner Brothers Western with stellar supporting performances from Ruth Roman, Lloyd Bridges, and Chief Thundercloud. You get a classic Warner Brothers comedy short, So You Want to Have a Party, classic Warner Brothers cartoon, Hillbilly Hair. This one's 74 minutes, and you got Ruth Roman in this, Zachary Scott. Any thoughts on your boy Randolph Scott here?
Cary Grant's my boy.
Yeah, I guess.
Randolph Scott's my boy.
Standing and clapping for long periods of time. Yep, that's it. That's Can. That's all it is.
Let me taste it. Pause.
All right, so that is Colt 45. The Keyhole from 1933 is the next one. This one with Kay Francis, George Brent, Glenda Farrell. This one's going to have a classic Warner Brothers cartoon, Buddy's Day Out, and then a Popeye cartoon called Wild Elephants. And the original trailer, this one's a 4K scan from the original nitrate negatives from 1933. It's freaking great. But my big thing, I think this is the first Popeye short to come out on a disc as a supplement and not like on a cartoon collection, if I remember right.
That is true. I don't think I've ever seen that. I know that Warner Brothers did those Fleischer collections.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like he's teased that they may be redone or re-released in a different way. So I've kind of held off on collecting those. But
yeah.
I do want those. I do like Kay Francis, and I do like movies from 1933, and I do love his
And
work. Everything.
I imagine you love Michael Curtiz too.
Probably one of my favorite directors. I always talk about how he's like, we talk about like Quentin Tarantino being like, I'm gonna do 10 movies and they're all gonna be perfect and I'm gonna be the best director, and I hate that shit so much. And it's like you had guys like Michael Curtiz that were cranking out like 12 movies a year.
I'm gonna make 43 years before I turn 32.
I love that, and he made so many bangers. He's got like so much crazy shit that like he did the first Dr. X movie, I believe.
Yep.
And like just like so he was like every genre even he did. So he's just got a lot of crazy stuff. So, and look at the runtime on this, 70 minutes.
That's a good night. That is like a right before bed movie.
Yeah, that's like when I get off work at 8 o'clock, come home, shower, cook, eat, get out of the shower, and it's
a 28-ounce can of Bud.
Yeah, it's 11:20. It's 11:27, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna put on a 70-minute movie and then go to bed. Like that was
Yep. The vid says Feltenstein said on the extras that Popeye wasn't quite ready for Blu-ray yet when talked about the Keyhole release. Interesting.
Yeah, I still have to listen to this episode, the extras. So,
what is happening in the comments?
Schlong. I gotta see how many ounces this is. Somebody put it on it. I think they were right. Doesn't say. I also saw somebody said, "Ew, American beer." It's only 25 ounces. Not
only 25 ounces. It's also only American beer. Beer sucks. I'm gonna say it. Beer tastes like garbage.
You know what? I only like one kind of beer. You know what it is?
Schlong beer.
Cold. Just gotta be cold, brother. That's what my father told me, and I was like, I'm sticking to that.
All right. I don't know what just happened. Let's keep going. 1952's Macau is coming to Blu-ray. Another one with the commentary. We get a commentary by Eddie Muller with the screenwriter Stanley Rubin. You got private screenings with Robert Mitchum and Jane Russell with Robert Osborne and the original trailer. This is a 4K scan from the original nitrate negatives. Robert frickin' Mitchum, Jane Russell, William Bendix. I know for a lot of people, this is one they've been hoping for a long time. I've never seen Macau. Have you seen this one?
I have not, but this was another one that I'll definitely be wanting to get. I like Robert Mitchum. I like William Bendix. His name is kind of funny, but I'm laughing at the comments here with the Colton Welkins said beer's good. It's around 200 times longer than film. And D. Sibner saying Pabst Blue Ribbon. So when I go out to the bars, PBR and Coors Banquet stubby bottles are my go-to wherever we're at, because you can pretty much find those anywhere that you go. So,
oh gosh, this is Mitchum. I don't even know him. Is exactly what I almost said a minute ago. Silent Mandible, and I was like, no, my jokes that I'd been too bad already, so I let it go. But I'm glad that you came in for that.
It was Terry Talk's movie too that was talking shit about my American beer. I see he's American beer less so. I usually, it's funny when I usually do these podcasts, I actually usually have a local beer that I'm drinking. Floridian beer is the best beer.
Terry is in Melbourne, Australia, so he's going to talk shit. That makes sense. Root beer is much better than beer. I would agree.
Root beer's good. I'm not the biggest. I'm like my favorite. I'm a Coca-Cola guy.
All right.
Yeah,
there's a lot of bad opinions tonight. All right, let's keep going.
What, are you a Pepsi guy?
Dr. Pepper more than anything.
Yeah.
And specifically trying to lose weight, Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar is so good.
I live too close to Atlanta to be anything other than Coca-Cola.
I thought you were going to say a stripper.
Those two. Magic City Wings.
We met with the filmmaker like 6 weeks ago, and we just talked about a strip club in Atlanta for like half an hour. And I'm like, I've never even been to Georgia, but I'm just sitting here. This is fun.
Hell yeah. Atlanta's got great strip clubs.
Next up, 1943's presenting Lily Mars with the frickin' Judy Garland in this one. Judy Garland, Van Heflin. Big deal for a lot of people. You got an MGM short on here, Heavenly Music in HD, a Tex Avery cartoon, Who Killed Who, and then audio-only bonuses, outtake song, Paging Mr. Greenback, Where There's Music, the complete sequence, and then Where There's Music, the film version in stereo, plus the Lux Radio Theater broadcast with Van Heflin and June Allison from 1946, 4K scan of the best quality preservation elements. Judy Garland, how do you feel about Judy?
I do like Judy, and there's a lot of these that they've put out recently, and I know they did one of those like 4 or 6 film box sets with
Yep.
How do you root beer? Australian joke. I don't know. How do you? Michelob Ultra is good. I don't know about Michelin though, but Spike Lemonade or straight vodka, those are both good too. As long as they're cold, man, they're good. But yeah, I definitely want to get all of the Judy Garland stuff. And have you purchased any of those Warner Archive 4 to 6 film collections?
Yeah, well, the big thing right now, I don't know if anybody's actually paying attention in this like super anal way that I am. Every Monday, like Monday early morning, like 5 a.m. Eastern-ish, is when they refresh these regional coupon deals. And if you put the Warner Archive 4 and 6 film sets in your wish list, and just every Monday morning, like you wake up for work, go check all of those. And a lot of times on Monday only, they've got a really great coupon on some of those, and it'll be 30% off. And like the Judy Garland set, which is already very cheap for 4 or 6 movies at like $38, is on top of that, like another like $12 off or something. It's crazy.
That's good to know. You're putting me on the game. I have not bought any of those yet because I do like almost every 4 or 6 film collection that they have put out. I have owned 1 or 2 of the movies from, but the
owning one isn't too bad. If you own like 2 or 3, it sucks.
Yeah, it does suck. But I'm glad that they've done this, and it has proven so far to be true that because they put these 4 film sets out, they do not stop selling the single releases, which is good.
Correct.
I was worried about that happening, but that has not happened. But I don't. Oh, they're behind me. I was trying to find them, but yeah, I don't think I own anything from that Judy Garland set, so I may get that and then start adding with the other things they released.
I don't know if this is my memory breaking or being really smart, but I could have swore we talked about you having Meet Me in St. Louis.
No, I don't. Your memory.
No, okay.
And you're stupid. Sorry.
I mean, yeah, I am an idiot. I get that. That's
you're not.
I mean, my kid tells me that every
You're
day.
very smart. But yeah, don't have Meet Me in St. Louis. I do want it, but I don't have it. You know what? It's not Judy Garland related, but I think one of the last times that we did a podcast, I think I talked about my love for Showboat. And I believe she's on isn't she in the 50s version of Showboat? Which I only have the Paul Robeson Criterion 30s Showboat. But I think
right.
I could be wrong, but I think we talked about that on one of the episodes I was on.
I mean, that sounds familiar at the very least. But so did Meet Me in St. Louis. So this one
to meet you in St. Louis.
That is true. In fact, there's a small film festival in like a month in St. Louis. If anybody wants to go, I'm thinking of going. 1942's Random Harvest, one that a lot of people were excited about. I've never seen this one. Ronald Coleman with Greer Garson. This one, vintage MGM shorts, Don't Talk and Marines in the Making. Lux Radio Theater broadcast from 1944 with Garson and Coleman, and the original trailer, 4K scan from Best Preservation Elements. I don't know anything about this one. Any thoughts? You know Random Harvest?
No, I don't know this movie either, but I do like Ronald Coleman. I need to see more of his movies, and this looks like it'd be pretty good.
I can't name any Ronald Coleman offhand. Do you? What's he in? Something I would have seen, maybe.
What is the one big one? I don't have my phone on me.
Look at you, not helping me out at all. I get it.
I think he might be in. I could be wrong here. I think I am wrong, but I think he's in Goodbye, Mr. Chips. I can't.
The vid is saying Ava Gardner's the one in Showboat, not Judy.
Okay, yeah, I'm about to say. I remember us just talking about Showboat, but I've not seen the 50s Showboat. But yeah, this is probably pretty good. And I really like the little photo of her on the flower above.
Yeah, this is an interesting poster.
Yeah, that's good. Good artwork. I'm trying to think of what the fuck else I know Ronald Colman from. He's in a couple movies that I like.
All right. I think Robert Hubbard was answering it. Is he saying A Double Life? Is that a Coleman movie, I think?
I don't know. I don't recognize that one.
All right. Carrying right along. From Warner Archive. Just kidding. 2025's An Enemy Within is coming on Blu-ray and DVD from Wellgo USA July 14th. Don't know anybody from this poster. And all I want to point out is, my God, how photoshopped modern posters are from what we just looked at. Look how smooth and digital the faces are. This is gross. Right after everything we just looked at, this feels so jarring.
Yeah, it's not good. And the most standard font of all time.
This is that freaking terrible John Cena movie. Or no, not John Cena. Kevin Hart and The Rock, whatever that movie is. It's the same font that they used on the front of that.
The Central Intelligence.
Yeah, that terrible movie. It's the exact same font.
That's good. The artwork does look unfinished.
Next up, I am excited about this one from Wellgo. August 25th, a 4K Blu-ray and DVD release from them for Blades of the Guardians. This is a Yun Wu Ping film in 2026.
I like this cover a lot. It's really good.
Yeah, I hope this is the actual cover. Legendary action master Yun Wu Ping brings together martial arts icons Wu Jing, Nicholas Say, Max Zhang, and Jet Goddamn Lee on an epic wuxia adventure across the desert sands. Bounty hunter Duo Ma takes a job escorting the Empire's most wanted man, Ji Shi Lang, to Chang'an City. As word gets out, his group is hunted down by warriors across the land. The chase is relentless, the action is nonstop, and the blades cut deep. I need to see this.
Yeah, I would like to see this. Although, is this going to be a pressed disc or a BDR?
I believe this one will be pressed, thankfully.
Okay. I know. Like I said, I just ran through like 5 of your last episodes, like within a week and a half, and I heard you every week about Wellgo doing a lot more pressed discs.
Yeah, well,
burned discs.
Burned discs, and I would love to see them step up, but I mean, I don't know, like, Wellgo gets giant titles sometimes, and I don't know how.
It's interesting. I would like to. I know you don't really do as many interviews with other people in as much as you used to, but it would be interesting to talk to somebody that works for Wellgo and kind of understand where they're trying to place themselves in this market. Because, like you said, they put out pretty big movies every once in a while, and they also are like the only kind of conduit to like some of these Asian like mega movies that are coming out in different countries over there, and like the only way to get them in the US are through Wellgo. And it's like, if they really try to position themselves as like the company that does this, and to make like a good looking cover, which this clearly is right here, and try to kind of market themselves, because like I remember them just being at Best Buy and having like fair prices at Best Buy,
right?
Like I think they did the Wailing, right? Yeah. So like I remember that Wailing 4K was at Best Buy for like $17 always with the slipcover, and it's like they probably sell stuff for like $30 with a slightly better slipcover, and like just kind of be a little bit more involved with the market and like sell a whole bunch more.
They're also one of the only companies that's able to get like mainland China films right now.
Yes, they put out Chinese stuff, which is crazy.
Which is, a lot of them are really good.
Yeah, a lot of that doesn't get English-friendly streaming either, right? So.
Nope. So absolutely worth it. I wish Wellgo would step up. Wellgo would be an interesting one. I almost just wish somebody else would step in and license some films ahead of them sometimes.
Right? Antenna, bro. You're going to be the Chinese connection, bro.
I don't know why I wanted to start singing into Kermit the Frog voice, the Chinese connection.
Probably not a good idea.
No, probably not. August 4th, we are getting a steelbook and standard of the sequel to American Pie, American Pie 2. Man, Okay. This is a choice.
I like that they're trying to capitalize on the great success of American Pie Bandcamp with this cover art right here. They're trying to trick people into think that they're getting American Pie Bandcamp, but you're actually getting American Pie 2.
Yeah, Terry. Yes. Did not mean to say that Umbrella. Well, actually, I don't remember Umbrella getting any Chinese titles. They might, but I
But
know
they don't,
Imprint has.
not as modern, right? Like they get a lot of
Uh,
90s and early 2000s stuff maybe, but they're not getting shit from like 2026, right?
Not brand new. They have gotten some, I think, from 2020, but
Okay.
yeah.
So, a decade old though.
Imprint Asia has gotten some great titles. I mostly just talking about cheap ones in the U.S. Sorry, Terry, you are correct. No new extras on American Pie 2. It's also really late to the party when 88 Films has already done this. And fair warning, if everybody is after this, that the 88 Films version of American Pie that came out on 4K blows the Universal 4K release of American Pie straight out of the water, which is crazy because Universal supplied them with the master and then botched the release. I don't get it.
It's crazy that in 2026 that we're getting like botched releases. Like, how are they still like, oh, you know what? Let's, whatever, add a whole bunch of DNR to something. It's like, don't they know that just will just create like insane backlash
from the studio of their
Yeah.
own film? That's the funniest part to me.
Universal discs can kind of look weird sometimes. They definitely have like their own kind of look to them. Not my favorite look, but sometimes they look really good. Like I did see somebody in here earlier talking about either Imprint or Umbrella. One of them is putting out the 40 film Universal monster movie. Umbrella. That is very cool, but I did just get for Christmas this year that Dracula 4K set. So I have the volume 1 and 2 of like, I think volume 1 has Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman, and Bride of Frankenstein, maybe. And then volume 2 had like Invisible Man, Creature from the Black Lagoon. So I had those, but now it seems like they're going to be doing each set because they did Dracula last October. So I would assume this October we might get 2 of them. We'll probably get like Frankenstein with all the Frankensteins in 4K.
Yep.
And maybe Creature or something like that, or Wolfman. So
Invisible Man, something.
Oh yeah, the Invisible Man movies, which I did just recently watch that, like I think 2 Halloweens ago for the first time. Oh my god, that's like now one of my favorites. And that looks
Invisible Man is currently my favorite of the Universal monster movies. I adore that movie. That movie is fucking dark. When you think about anything that's happening in that film, you're like, oh god.
I think Dracula definitely is still my favorite of all of them, and that disc looks really good too.
Yep.
We like watching the Spanish Dracula immediately after every time, and I do like the Creature movies, obviously, because of Jacksonville connection.
I also think it's hilarious that we are discussing the nuance of Invisible Man and Spanish Dracula while PD from American Pie 2 is on the screen.
Sorry.
No, you don't need to apologize. I think it's hilarious. All right, let's carry on. Another highbrow film, 2010's Little Fockers, coming to standard 4K in the U.S. on August 4th from Universal. Yeah, I've never been a fan of this franchise at all.
I've never seen them. So
I saw the first one. I didn't see anything past that.
Okay.
I don't know. Not my thing. Ben Stiller was very hit or miss for me. When he hit, he's great.
Was anybody watching the finals the other night when Ben Stiller stood up in front of Josh Safdie? He had
this muscle picture.
That's funny as shit.
All right. Next up, one that I am excited about. August 18th, Paramount releasing a 4K of Popeye from 1980. Second Popeye reference tonight, which we don't get a lot very often. This one coming on 4K and Blu-ray when you buy the set. Great set for this film, for a very critically panned film. Beautiful Malta location. Everything made practically by Robert Altman, one of the best in the game ever. And most people hated this movie. I think the casting of the main two are ridiculously great. I get why people don't love the movie, but goddamn, is this going to look incredible in 4K?
I've never seen this movie, but this is another one of those movies that is like, we're lucky that it was made when it was made, because I don't know if there's a better Popeye and olive oil that you could get to play in a live action Popeye ever. The same way I feel about, I think I heard you talking about this recently as well. Do you dislike the 2000 Ron Howard Grinch film?
No, I actually do like it. I think
I love that movie, and like,
yeah, it's great.
it got made at the perfect time where you had Jim Carrey in his prime, that nobody could play the Grinch better than Jim Carrey in his prime ever. And then you're also like kind of like right there. Like if it was made 3 years later, it would have looked like dog shit CGI. We got very
They
lucky.
never would have invested in it.
Yeah, it would not have looked that good. So like we're very lucky that that was made. And I feel the same way about this movie. Like this has got to be the best a Popeye live action could ever be.
Well, and the trifecta of the cartoon things that we're talking about, I feel like the Grinch, this, and then we were talking about in the chat earlier, 1994's Flintstones. I think that is impeccably cast, beautiful handmade sets, incredible colors. I'm dying to get my Stone book that's coming in on 4K. Normally I don't love getting a steelbook, but this one seems so hilarious. I had to get the steelbook for this one. I've always loved that movie, and the people that hate it, I'm like, how can you hate this? John Goodman is perfect. Rosie O'Donnell is perfect. They got Elizabeth goddamn Taylor. Like, what?
Yeah. No, I like those movies too. So my first, whenever I start making films, I'm going to make the live action Space Ghost Coast to Coast movie. I don't know who's going to play
yes,
Space
please. Oh, who's going to pay?
Who
all right.
Have you seen that video making the rounds of the voice actor being Space Ghost live at like a convention, like in the late 80s or whatever? I'll have to find that lately. Like, I guess whoever was voicing the Space Ghost and for the Coast to Coast show in the late 90s, it's like some like Adult Swim fest in like 2002 or something like that, where he's there in character talking to interviewers, and it's so funny just like seeing that IRL.
Shut up, Head Coop.
I
love the Flintstones. Come on.
I do too.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be ridiculous, but one of the funny ones is I want to see just straight, not even him acting, just put Eric Andre in there as Space Ghost.
Oh yeah, no, that would be good. Oh, I do want to see this Eric Andre and John Cena brothers movie.
I am kind of curious. John Cena, when he is properly cast, can be great like Blockers.
I was about to say, you and I know have gushed over Blockers before. That was really good. I saw that in theaters too, and it was like a packed house and everybody was dying. I loved that movie a lot.
Yeah. All right, moving right along. Lionsgate hosting a Father's Day sale. That's the word. Stuff up to 40% off. Yeah, raise hail at the Father's Day sale. This thing, just a heads up, sale ends June 23rd. But the big thing is you log onto the sale page, and the prices don't look that great. You got to put them in your cart. I don't know why they did that, but I guarantee a lot of people logged in and went, "What the shit? These are awful prices," and left. Why do you got to put them in the cart to see the sale price? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's crazy to do that. Like, especially for a company like Lionsgate, should know like they should have, I don't know the word for this, but like, you know, people that understand web sales.
I would hope so.
Like, hey, if you don't put the price immediately on it, the chances of your checkout process drops by 75%. Like, they should have people that like, no, you should just put it that way on the website. So
the big thing though, the prices are actually pretty good. Like the Descent 4K Steelbook, which is really pretty great looking Steelbook, is like $21.99 or something on sale. Normally like $35.99 or something like that. Great price. So yeah, if you have been after them, check it out. Good prices in there. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, I still have not got any of the Lionsgate limited stuff. I do want the Kill Bill. I do want to get the Third Man set, but I wanted the Studio Canal version, but I know that's long out of print, so I don't know.
I'll sell you mine for $812.
I'll trade you my my Eureka
Louis
series.
Fiat.
Yeah, I'll try to do that for it. No, I won't.
Don't I was about to say, like, if you're into it, I mean, how we doing?
It's sitting right over here, still sealed. I still haven't watched it yet. I'm waiting for like a day that I get like laid off or something to watch this.
First off, we don't get to talk as much as we should, but don't you love that the moment that I said that, you knew what I would want, and I knew what you were talking about just when you said Eureka. There was no indication of what that was. Oh, great. Severin has started to reveal their midsummer year, what are they calling it? Summer sale titles. The first one, 2016's The Autopsy of Jane Doe, coming to 4K in this crazy split case cover that is going to be available on their site starting during their sale, which is on July 26th. And then they'll be running, the standard 4 or 5 days, whatever. This one is going to have a 4K disc with the film and some special features. Disc 2 will have the Blu-ray and some special features. We got an interview with the director, interview with Emil Hirsch, interview with Owen Catherine Kelly, interview with the co-writers. Lots of people involved, tons of on-set interviews, stuff like that. I mean, The Autopsy of Jane Doe. Have you seen this one?
What's crazy, I was on the IMDb page of this movie like literally the night before they announced it, which is just
nice
because I guess the director, he has something new coming out right now, right?
Yes,
something like
I
that.
think so.
I just happened to be on it, and I mean, this movie it was on Netflix forever, right? I remember
this was a big Netflix movie.
Yeah, I just remember seeing it all the time, so I know of it, but I have not seen it. But I am definitely very interested in it because I know the director is pretty well loved. He did the Troll Hunters movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a few other things.
Passenger is the new one from the director.
Yes. So I know that he has something new coming out. But yeah, so seeing that Severin got this is really cool. So it's cool that they've been getting some of like these kind of like marquee movies of the past like 12, 15 years that kind of were like streaming darling movies, and some of the more kind of like newer stuff that they're putting out there. I love Severin's sale rollout process. I think it's always super fun. I love the little artwork design add to it. Whoever does that does a good job with that. It's super fun, and there's like something to look forward to for the next 2 weeks while I'm at work of like, an announcement. This is fun.
I love that Deaf Crocodile just did that for their subscription. I mean, you get to talk about them every single day.
Yep.
So some questions. Travis is asking if it's found footage. It is not. It is stationary camera. It's very good. This is a great movie. I don't know what Severin's going to charge for this, obviously, yet. I will warn, this was a pretty good-looking Scream Factory Blu-ray that you could get for $11 for like 8 years. This movie is great, sure. Does it warrant a 4K that is probably going to be charged $40-45 for or more?
Yes.
Not for me. I will say that. I love this movie. It's a great movie. Everybody should see it. Should you buy this?
Yes.
Consider it.
Yes. Consider it. I mean, I think definitely every movie, if it if it has the ability to be on 4K, it should be on 4K. Even if it's only a marginal, difference, I believe that it should be on 4K. And I do think that the packaging and what they're supplying supplemental wise, I think Severin has definitely done better than Shout in every aspect of this release. So
you're absolutely correct.
Yeah.
That being said, this had a 2K DI, and I don't think it'll be true 4K. It might be.
It might be. They did that with a couple of movies. They did it with both Bad Biology and Bad Biology and another one. Maybe the first Cronenberg movie.
Antiviral?
Yeah, Antiviral. I'm pretty sure they did the same thing with that, where they went back and because I remember them talking about on the movie where when they went back and scanned it, because I guess when the Antiviral came out, the white that they use in that movie a lot is like almost an impossible to get color to get with film. So like they had to do a 2K DI for theatrical, but they were able to go back to the film element.
Baskin was the other one. That's right. Yeah, Baskin was.
Which I did sell. I sold Baskin at a Video Ghost event. So
nice. Baskin's a great goddamn movie too. Everybody needs to see Baskin.
They're talking. They had someone on the podcast last summer that was on
The director, yeah.
and hearing him talk about it made me want to see it a lot.
Baskin is one of those movies where you watch and go, I don't even know what I just saw, but I don't feel good. And I like it.
That's awesome.
All right, next, Trauma, re-releasing Graduation Day from 1981. Nothing super special here. This was previously released by Vinegar Syndrome. This is just to keep it in print. This will be the Vinegar Syndrome print of the film. Don't expect anything crazy. No new extras, anything like that, but it'll be like $11 on Amazon eventually. So if you still don't have Graduation Day, you'll get to own it for cheap. Why not?
I do want to bring up real fast. Sorry, it's a side tangent again. But for Trauma, I was able to just show Death by Temptation at downtown Jacksonville. It was my first film screening for Video Ghost Cinema Club outside of our bookstore. It was at a bar called the Albatross downtown Jacks, and it literally could not have been a better setting for that film because it's like a bar. The movie really takes place inside of a bar. It was a music venue, so it had extremely loud speakers. It was more of a rock concert than it was a film watching experience, or I guess a rap concert. But because the movie has so much good like early '90s R&B.
Yep, it's a great soundtrack.
And Freddie Jackson, Najee, fucking, it's just an insane soundtrack. So like seeing that there, and that was so far my most successful event. I don't count it as a sold out event because technically I think they're 288 people is their occupancy because it's a huge music venue. So I definitely it wasn't sold out, but I that was the largest attendance that I've had so far. I think it was closer to 40 people. So having all those people there, and there was a lot of people's first time seeing it. There was a couple of people there that had seen it before, but like watching because I'd never seen that movie to theater before, so seeing people react to how many fucking funny ass lines there are in that movie. Oh my god. I mean, it's already been one of my favorite movies for a long time, but yeah, so it was great. There was a lot of people there that were there because of the Trauma connection that it had.
Which is not like hounded on enough because it was pretty heavily featured by Trauma, and great damn movie. Faces that you'll recognize, songs that you'll recognize. That's one of Lloyd's pretty great choices.
Yeah, and someone at the event told me something that I definitely had heard on like maybe a special feature or something, and I hadn't even thought of it until he had reminded me that Lloyd Kaufman said that was the best movie they ever released.
Yep.
Which is like probably true.
It's at least top 3, which is kind of wild when you think about how many movies Trauma's put out.
Yeah.
Hard to argue with though. And so now we go from the I don't even know how to make a transition out of Graduation Day to Satan Tango. August 3rd, Curzon is releasing a 4K release of Satan Tango from 1994. As far as I'm aware, I believe this is accurate. This is the first release ever to require 3 4K discs for one movie. This is a very long film. We've got 3 chapters on the first disc. We've got 4, 5, and 6 on the second, and then chapters 6 through 12 on the third disc, plus some special features. You got a short film from 1995 by Bellatar called Journey on the Plane, interview with the composer and actor, and then a visual essay by Kevin B. Lee, plus a theatrical trailer. This was restored by Craig and the individuals that are now at Deaf Crocodile, but that was when they were over at Arbalos. And this film being released on UHD for the first time anywhere in the world. This is huge for this film. And for a film that's, what is it, just over 7 hours, I think? 250, 350, 420. Yeah, right around 7 hours, something like that. This is crazy. People are complaining right now about Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Affair being on 2 4Ks. And now you got a film with 3 4Ks. And the intermissions will be built in. This is how it's usually shown in theaters. No big deal. But have you seen Satan Tango ever?
No, I have not. And this is another just like tangent part of your episodes that I always do. I wish you're the gentleman, the Laserdisc collector that's in your group.
Ryan. He's in the chat right now too.
Is he? Okay. Oh my god, his episode was amazing. I listened to it while I was at work, and I was on inventory day that I was doing it, and I had to quit doing what I was doing to pull up. Every time he'd be like, okay, here's my Laserdisc of it, and I'd be like, oh, I gotta see what it looks like, because I usually listen while I just have But I wish that I had, like he does, all my Blu-rays, because I have the Blu-ray of this from Arbalos, and I also have the Blu-ray of Damnation, which I'm sure is the next slide on here. But there you go. So I do have both of these Blu-rays, and they're both factory sealed still because I haven't had the time to watch the 8-hour movie.
You don't have 7.5 hours to
I
watch
know.
Satan Tango
So
on a
I've-
Thursday?
I know, right? So I have not watched either one of these yet, and now I'm going to have to upgrade both of them because I did see. I always mispronounce. Is it Workmeister Harmonies? I got to see that on 35 millimeter.
Ooh.
Yeah, at Sunray when it was here before it moved out to Tampa. I got to see that here in Jacksonville. They started it at 9 a.m. They called it Cinemass. And so I got to go see that, and that was really cool. And they did do Saint Tango soon around that same time, and I was unable to go to that. But yeah, this is a movie that I've long had on my watch list. I own, and I will purchase this new Cruzone version of it, and the two Arbalos versions will go into the Video Ghost inventory.
Look at that. Way to make some money off of it. But yeah, Damnation, like you mentioned, also getting a 4K and Blu-ray release from them on August 3rd. This one is a 2-disc 4K and Blu-ray set. You got a new 4K restoration of the film. Macbeth from 1982, a television film by Bellatar, interviews with the director, the composer, and one of the actors. And yeah, this is a big deal for Bellatar fans. The other thing we're going to talk about in just a second is on the exact same day, you are able to get the Blu-ray set that they put out of all of the Bellatar films. It's a standard edition coming out, so it's not getting anything new specifically. And it does kind of feel weird to announce a 4K set of 2 of the films from the set on the same day that you announce essentially a re-release of the Blu-ray set, and you don't include those. Like, at least give people a reason to buy the new set compared to the old one.
Yeah, that's kind of shitty. And I just recently listened to a lot of your recent episodes, and you guys talk about the new re-release of the 3 colors coming out with a slightly different packaging. I wanted to know, you and if other people have any opinions on it about the Cruzone releases. Like, again, the things I care about the most, I have not purchased anything from them because, like, in my stupid brain, they're not fully English friendly, but they are fully English friendly releases, correct?
So the hard part is if it's a film not in English, you will always get English subtitles, and all of the paper goods and all that are always in English. The hard part is like the Lars von Trier set. Any of his films that were filmed in English did not have English subtitles.
Okay. See, and I think the reason I have the biggest hang up on Cruzone is I remember I was trying to purchase some release of theirs during COVID, and it was like impossible for me to get because, like, whatever it was, I can't even remember what it was, but I remember like none of the, like, Diabolic didn't have any in stock, and I was trying to buy it like from their website, and it was like blocking me from purchasing it or something like that. And so I've always kind of like had this like slight turn off or aversion to purchasing anything from them. But I do think I want to get their release of the 3 Colors trilogy because from what I've heard, the encoding is slightly better than the Criterion, which is generally the case with almost every Criterion release that has 4K counterparts elsewhere.
Well, that, and they frequently on their discs have way more extras. So I can't remember if it's the 3 Colors one or one of the other recent releases, but it had like 7 shorts that the Criterion release didn't have, and they've done really great work. Usually their video quality is great. Their special editions of these box sets are always kind of amazing.
Yeah. So I will most likely, unless, we get any news that like another company in the US may be releasing these on 4K, which I don't know if that's going to happen because Arbalos doesn't really release that frequently, or if someone else has the rights to them, I don't know. So
Arbalos has also never released a UHD. So all right. Next up, this is an interesting one. Coming soon, so we don't have a date when it's shipping because they're manufacturing the steel cases now, not a steel book, a steel case from Fresh Brewed Games. at freshbrewedrelease.com is the movie Forest Treasure from 2019, specifically Forest spelled with 2 R's. This says, Forest Treasure follows a couple on their 5th anniversary. They set out to find forest fen riches that holds hidden supernatural powers not outlined in the thrill of the chase. Then his evil ex-girlfriend shows up and will stop at nothing to ensure their demise. Some of that feels like AI. I wrote that maybe. I don't know. It feels like not proper sentences. The art here is supposedly by a famous artist called No Name, literally. I don't know what to feel here. The shots from the film don't speak quality to me.
In my opinion, this does not look like AI artwork. This looks like book artwork.
Yeah, it's definitely not AI artwork. I went and it's I went to the artist page and they've been making art like this for years. It's clearly their own art style, but I don't feel like this screams like it should be on a movie. This is a very odd release. The craziest thing I've not said yet, this is limited to 99 units. 99.
Only 90 if I have anything to say about it. Going in the video
I don't know what that means.
I'm gonna go buy 9 of them and sell them.
So yeah, like I don't want to claim AI about their copywriting without knowing for sure, but I mean even the sentence, they set out to find forest fen riches that holds hidden supernatural powers not outlined in the thrill of the chase. What in the shit does that actually mean?
Honestly, also doesn't sound like AI. That sounds like a translation issue.
Honestly,
yeah.
Fair. That could be. I apologize. AI,
I think would have spit out something a little bit more coherent.
I mean, I don't know what to say here. Like, this is such an interesting thing to see happen, and
you should do a watch of it in the Discord.
I don't think I'm going to be doing that, but
only 66 minutes long. I do like short movies.
I did not see that this was only 66 minutes. Jesus Christ. All right. On that note, here we go. August 17th, we got a 4K and Blu-ray release coming in the UK of Hunt for the Wilder People from 2016. This is coming from Vision's Home Video. I frickin' love this movie. This is a Taika Waititi movie starring Sam Neill and Julian Denson. We get a 10th anniversary Q&A with the cast and crew, director's commentary, making of featurette, bloopers, and the original trailer. This is also coming out in Australia from Madman. On that note, I imagine this will likely come out from somebody in the US who I think last release was done by Sony here, but I think somebody else probably has the rights now, but this looks great. Visions has been doing pretty well so far. Have you seen Hunt for the Wilder People?
Excuse me. I have not seen this movie. I've only heard great things about it. I can't believe that it's 10 years old. It's insane. I saw the trailer for this movie, I'm not joking, probably 30 times in theaters because it showed it at Sunray, the trailer for this, like for every movie for a long time.
I imagine that is true. And Sam Neill, amazing in this. Great movie.
How is Rizzler in it?
That was pretty good.
Almost as good as I think the last time I was on pointing out that Mel Gibson and the We Are Soldiers poster looked like the guy from the Jeff Dunham doll.
Those eyebrows, though.
Yeah.
Walter. Walter, that's his name. Oh, yep. I remember that now. Oh, that got me good. All right. Next up, Imprint announced a handful of releases the other night. These are all coming on July 29th. This first one is Downfall from 2004, coming on a 4K and Blu-ray dual format release in a hard case box. This is a film that is very clearly including a lot of imagery from the 1940s from a certain part of the world. On the theatrical cut 4K disc, we've got the 155-minute theatrical cut on 4K with Dolby Vision. Disc 2 is the theatrical cut on Blu-ray, and all kinds of archival extras on this that were on the last release. Disc 3 is the extended cut on Blu-ray, and that one is on Blu-ray, but in SD. So I'm glad that they still put it on Blu-ray, but this is a choice to put all of those on this and that way. I hope it comes out great. From what I hear, great movie. Have not been able to see it. Bruno Ganz is the star of it, and Downfall. Have you seen Downfall?
No, I mean, obviously we've all seen the scene 1,000 times, but I have not seen this whole movie, and I do really want to see it. And I agree with you with the 178. No just spoilers. I also want to say, fucking Australia. Okay, I am anti-censorship across the board. I don't believe anything should be censored, and it's crazy that they banned that Doriana Gray Jess Franco movie, but they're like, yeah, you can put swastikas on the covers of things. That's okay.
On 2 of them in one night, by the way. we have another swastika movie to talk about in just a moment.
Which I'm very anti I hate that the new Call of Duty games I've seen that they've removed the swastika from those games, like, you know, World at War was a great fucking game, and it had the swastika used in it. And I think for movies and stuff, like, there's definitely something to be said about that. Like, I know like Germany doesn't allow it to be used on cover art and stuff like that. And obviously there was like that Ilsa Kino Blu-ray 4K. Like, thought about
4 of them, by the way.
Yeah, I thought about there's the one cover that has the swastika very large on it. And I was like, I don't know if I would.
Oh yeah, it's loud and proud.
I mean, if that's like the poster art they want to use for it, that should be okay, especially because of the subject matter of the movies. But anyways, I see what Terry says. Funny, but yeah, like, I have to think about these things when I sell them for Video Ghosts. I'm like, yeah, you know, probably the places I do. Maybe once I open my online portion of my store, I'll sell that, but not gonna sell that at tables at the moment.
Yeah, I get that.
But yeah, no, I just wanted to call out Australia for banning that fucking Doriana Gray. Is pretty crazy. I mean, the only thing I can glean from that is that they're just scared of eating pussy.
I mean, I'm just gonna let that linger for a moment.
Who saw that? I was like, those needs to be banned.
I mean, kind of ironic that they're the ones that don't want to go down under. That's all I'll say. Next up, July 29th, a Blu-ray coming. I can't believe I just said that on here. The Princess and the Warrior from 2000. This is the first time on Blu-ray anywhere in the world. This is the acclaimed German writer-director Tom Twyker reuniting with the actress Franca Potente from Run Lola Run for the surreal, visually stunning romantic thriller. This is going to have some special features. Don't know what they are, but they will come there eventually. Princess and the Warrior, anything on this one?
No. This looks interesting, though. I like this artwork. It's got a very bizarre artwork. I know, I'm reading the comments too. It's really funny. Beer and pussy. Hell yeah.
Zach, this is not Adam H, by the way. This is Gage H.
I am Gage H. Who's Adam H? I know Adam H as well. Is he in the Discord?
Yeah, Adam Hersey.
I see that name very frequently.
He was supposed to be here today.
Oh.
Maybe next time. Brian saw it 25 years ago, said it wasn't very good. All right, good to know.
There you
go. Next up, Saving Face. This was released by Criterion fairly recently, coming out July 29th on Blu-ray from Imprint. This is from 2004. This is with Alice Wu. I see that there's going to be some special features on here. Don't know what they are yet, but yeah, Saving Face with Joan Chen. You checked this one out yet?
I almost got it in the last sale, and I did not. But this is definitely one that I'll be buying probably in the next sale, because I usually go harder in the July sales than the November, because there's so many other sales going on in November.
It's November, yeah. That's a rough time. Alice Wu's the writer-director. Yep. Imprint just posted more announcements. Great. Hey, look, more swastikas. Yeah. 2012's Lore coming on Blu-ray on July 29th from them. This is Australian director and writer Kate Shortland from Black Widow crafted this bleak, gripping look at the lives of German youth after the collapse of the Third Reich and the end of World War II. Imagine that. It says a making-of featurette, deleted scenes, alternate ending, theatrical trailer. And I got to admit, I don't even think I'd even heard of this one before they announced it.
Not either. Do they have a date or a year anywhere? 2012.
2012.
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty into new movies at that time, and I can't remember this, but I would like to see it.
Sounds decent.
Yeah.
Next up from them is Don't Come Knocking from 2005. This is from the same team behind Paris, Texas, which means it's Wim Wenders and Sam Shepard. Charming contemporary Western road movie. You got Sam Shepard, Tim Roth, and Jessica Lange in this one. Moving portrait of a lost man finding himself, filled with incredible cinematography and powerful performances. You've got 2 discs, one the theatrical cut, one the director's cut. The theatrical is 111 minutes, and the director's cut is 123. Some special features coming, but they've not announced them yet. Are you a Wim Wenders person?
I have not seen enough of his work, but you said this is a Wim Wenders road movie. Do you own his road movie collection from Criterion?
I don't, but I own
That's
the Curzon
fun.
collection.
Oh, so you do own it then? Okay. I wanted to see if you admit that on television.
Yeah, it's just not Criterion. I have the better release. I'm so sorry.
But yeah, this is so this looks like maybe later. Wim
Yeah,
Wenders.
2005. Yeah,
Okay.
this is way later.
Yeah, so I definitely need to see more of his work for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Then we got into Radiance this week. The transmission release is the film Joe from 1970, coming on Blu-ray September 14th in the UK. This one is with Susan Sarandon in her first on-screen role ever with Dennis Patrick. And we've got Peter Boyle in this one. And I've not seen this. I've heard this is great. Heard about this for a long time. Olive put this out ages ago, I believe, and it's long out of print, going for way too much money online. I get a new audio commentary with Matt Zoller-Seitz and Jason Bailey, new interview with Ellen E. Jones, theatrical trailers with optional commentaries from Mark Edward Hook, and then a limited booklet with new writing from Adam Naiman. Have you seen Joe or anything about Peter Boyle, maybe?
No, but I've seen Joe Mama. See you later. I'm leaving, guys.
I mean, you're not going to be able to top that, but I'll top your mama. I know.
Oh, fuck. Let's go. Yeah, you
Brian says, I like Joe. I have the laser disc. This will be a good upgrade. Have an old DVD of Joe, says Terry. Film might appeal to all the wrong people. I mean, welcome to the U.S.
like lore or downfall.
Or the Riefenstahl stuff getting reappraised.
Yeah.
All right, so that's Joe.
You own the Criterion Olympics box set.
Not anymore. I actually I watched a disc and went, I'm not going to watch all these.
I've watched some of them and I've really enjoyed it. It's my goal to get through all of them before I die.
That's a lot of Olympics.
It is a lot of Olympics. And
I gotta admit, I just don't care about sports that much.
I'm a huge sports guy, so I love it. And we've been weird because of COVID, because I got it, I think, maybe like 2019 or 2020. And then we got in this weird spot.
Not COVID, by the way, the collection.
Yeah. The collection. But we kind of got in this weird spot where, like, I was like, I'm gonna watch them like further away from the Olympics, but then we've had like more Olympics than usual over the past 4 years. So I've kind of been not watching them because I do watch the Olympics every year. I do
more Olympics than usual. What does that mean?
Well, because they moved the 2020 ones to the 2022,
right.
And there's like, instead of every 4 years, it's like we were like getting them more frequently here in the past couple of years.
It's just hilarious when you think about it, because anyways.
Yeah.
I do feel bad for all those people that were turning like 19 in 2020 and they were the perfect age.
Yeah.
And then
now they're too old.
2 years later.
23 years old. They're used up. They can't be used anymore.
They're used up.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to respond to that. We're just going to let it linger too. Next up, September 14th on Blu-ray in the UK is New Rose Hotel, coming from Radiance. This is the same one that was just fairly recently released from Vinegar Syndrome. I think it was their cinematograph line, if I remember right. I may be wrong.
No, you're right, because right here, baby. This one was within reach. Still have not opened it yet.
Look at that.
You have limited out of print.
1998, Abel Ferrara. You got some big names in this one: Christopher Walken, Ozzy Argento, Willem Dafoe. Abel Ferrara. How do you feel about Abel Ferrara?
I like him a lot. I really enjoyed watching King of New York a couple of years ago. It was one of my
Good
probably
movie.
top 10 movies I watched that year. I really enjoyed Lawrence Fishburne's performance in that movie. It's fucking hilarious. And then last year I watched Miss 45 for the first time, and that was a very incredible movie. You can't say that you
Great
enjoyed.
movie.
You know, that's a movie I've been a little spoiler alert for later tonight. That's a movie I almost screened, but have not decided to not do at the moment, because we will talk about this later about what is appropriate to screen in specific scenarios. So that is a really good movie. And then how about him being in Marty Supreme? I didn't know that he was in it when I try to go into stuff as blind as possible. It's seeing him in that was like, I was like, my girlfriend was like, I don't care. I don't know.
Funny enough,
Yeah.
this is going to sound like I'm making this up, but I very fortunate. I got a screener for Marty Supreme. I get to watch it at home for the very first time, like during its theatrical run. So I had no spoilers, had no idea Abel was in it. I am sitting there on my couch. It was like December 22nd, something like that. And my wife is asleep because we just like packed wrapped Christmas presents or something like that. She is dead asleep. And Abel Ferrara shows up with this dog. And I'm like, what the fuck? Real loud. And she's like, what? And I'm like, oh, sorry. It's just Abel Ferrara. She goes, what does that mean? I don't care.
Yeah, it was like me and my friend Rob, and we're probably like the only two people in the theater that recognized who it was. And we were like, whoa, what the fuck? I'd take a good big group of people out to see that, because I had so many Cinemark whatever they call them, rewards or whatever. I was able to buy like 7 tickets for free for people. So we went out on Christmas Day, like about 12 deep, to go see it. It was a lot.
Have you seen Bad Lieutenant yet? Mozart's Ghost is calling that one out.
No, I do need to see it. I know that you're not the biggest fan of it.
I don't know why. Like,
Yeah.
that's of his stuff. That's the one that it might be the only one I've not seen all of his stuff, but that's like the only one that's not really landed for me. And I don't know why. Maybe I was just in a bad headspace. I need to watch
I
it.
do know that there's some frontal male nudity in it, which wins me big time brownie points for it. I'm digging that. And
It's a
then
big deal.
other thing I know about it is that there's some early 90s hip hop music sampling, licensing, change up song stuff in that. So there is like a gray market Blu-ray that has the right song in it, and I kind of want to get that version. So I don't know. We'll see. I eventually will watch it for sure. And also wanted to add that Mozart's Ghost says that they're a big college football guy too. Did I say that I was a big college football fan on here? I may have, but I am indeed a fucking huge college football fan. Like, I watch fucking the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday games when they have football on all week for the October. Like, I'm a huge college football fan. And yeah, Texas, I mean, none of the Texas teams deserve any respect in any way, so
I don't even know what to say to all these comments about
I know,
Harvey Keitel's wiener right now. Anyways, New Rose Hotel, huh? We got this is the same transfer as the Vinegar Syndrome one. They just licensed it from them. We got all the same extras that were on the Vinegar Syndrome release, I believe, and then some new stuff. We got new interviews with Abel Ferrara and Ozzy Argento from 2026. Interview with Beatrice Loyoza. I believe that's brand new. And then a book of new writing on the film by Brad Stevens, the author of the Abel Ferrara book. Check it out. And yeah, Ferrara's Body Snatchers. Pretty good. Not my favorite, but pretty good.
I've not seen that either, but I have seen his biography out at Barnes & Noble recently, and I thought about picking it up.
I was wondering where you were going with that. That was pretty good.
No, yeah,
right.
no, they better encode, maybe. I don't know.
On Radiance, maybe, yeah. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. I actually think we talked about this last week, the week before. I like the way that Radiance's Blu-rays they present things very, very well. So I'm sure it'll look great. The big one before we leave Abel Ferrara, everybody needs to see The Addiction. If you've never seen The Addiction, check out the 4K of that from Arrow. Put that out. Are you about to pull that one out sealed too?
I have all my Abel Ferrara stuff sealed right here available for me.
Robert Hubbard says you got to get the VHS of the Laserdisc to get the Schoolie D song from Bad Lieutenant.
Ooh, all right. I'm gonna have to hit up the Wonderment Project. This movie is fire as fuck, too.
Jesper Padre Pio, I think it played like a couple dates in theaters, and then it went to streaming, but it is on Blu-ray on some BDR in the US as well.
Abel Ferrara also did the Pasolini Willem Dafoe movie that I want to see.
Yes. Brian definitely has the Laserdisc. All right, let's finish through Radiance. So, good God, to go from talking about Harvey Keitel's penis to this is like one of the more exciting releases of the year, I think. September 14th, we're getting a Blu-ray in the UK from Radiance of Treasures from the Golistan Film Studio. This covers 1958 to 1974. First time ever on home video, this collection presents the complete output of the iconoclastic independent Iranian film studio founded in the late 1950s by a towering figure of Iranian culture, Ebrahim Golistan. The studio's earliest productions were documentaries that helped bring Iranian cinema to international attention, including The House is Black, directed by the poet Farouk Farrokhzad. From 1961, the studio turned to fiction. 2 feature films were completed, including the pivotal Brick and Mirror, both of which are presented here. The 9 films in the set move fluidly from prose poetry to political allegory. I am dying to get this. This sounds freaking incredible. We get a new 4K restoration of Brick and Mirror from the OCN. Outtake from Brick and Mirror that's 3 minutes long, not 3 hours. We got introduction and curator by the curator and Golistan Restoration Project collaborator Ishan Koshabat. Visual essay on Ebrahim Golistan by the same curator. Restored programs, all kinds of shorts, introductions to each. This sounds freaking amazing. I have to have this. This feels like a Gage release too.
Yeah, no, this is definitely. I've actually started building up my Radiance collection. I have quite a few of them now, probably almost a whole shelf in my closet area now. It took me a while to start getting some of the Radiance titles, unfortunately, but as they became more readily available, Barnes and Noble having them 50% off for the limited editions.
Yep.
So I started copping them there, and then now I've been buying them more frequently through Orbit and Diabolic and stuff like that. So I definitely am going to want to get this for sure. And also their 4Ks that they're now upgrading of Hourglass and Saragossa. I'm definitely going to be getting those 2 as well. So definitely will be buying more and more Radiance. Their output has been definitely impressive.
Agreed with Jesper. He says, I love the Shahram Mokri movies and have started watching a lot of Iranian movies. There's a few that I've got a friend that's cluing me into some older, classic Iranian movies that are supposed to be amazing that have had, no English-friendly releases.
I do want to get the new Crimson Gold release through Kimstem, I think is
Yeah.
Yeah, I do want to get that really badly because I have that. I watched This Is Not a Film earlier this year in January.
Nice.
I enjoyed that, and it made me want to watch more of his films. So I've only ever seen This Is Not a Film. I'll probably wind up watching Taxi next, and then probably get the 4K of It Was Just an Accident probably during the sale. I think it should be out, so I'll probably get that. So
it should be, I believe. Yeah.
I know my friend Carl that does he works with me a lot, and he's one of my unofficial Video Ghost employees. He's a big fan of the name of the film, I believe it's Iranian, is Where is the Friend's House? Are you familiar with that?
No.
I think it's from maybe the mid 80s or so. I know that's a movie that I want to see badly too. So because he swears that that's one of his favorite movies. So definitely need to watch more Iranian movies.
Yeah, at this point, everybody needs to. Absolutely. Yeah. All right. Treasures from the Golistan Film Studio. Next up, we just talked about it, the Saragossa manuscript getting a 4K upgrade from Radiance over in the UK only on September 14th. This is the Haas film that we just have been talking about these a lot recently. New visual essay on the cinema of Haas and the Saragossa manuscript by Polish film expert Michael Brook. Michael Brook's brilliant. Glad that he's on this release. It'll be great. You've got a limited booklet with new writing by David Herring and archival writing by Annette Insdorf. Saragossa manuscript. I know a lot of people looking to upgrade these. check it out if you're into it. Don't need to spend too much time since it already got mentioned. But next up, Corruption from 1963 is coming on September 14th in the UK, September 15th in North America. This is a 2K restoration. You got a new interview with the critic and programmer Adrian Wooten. Archival interview with the producers, newly improved English subtitles, limited book with new writing by film scholar Marco Natoli. This one says, after finishing his studies in Switzerland, the shy and innocent Stefano decides to become a priest. His father, Leonardo, a rich publishing magnate, disapproves. He wants his son to take over his empire someday. When he invites Stefano on a yacht trip together with his mistress, Leonardo's intention is not to reconcile with his son. Pleasure under the burning sun takes on sinister undertones in this haunting tale of a cruel father determined to tempt his son into relinquishing his spiritual ambitions. This sounds crazy.
Yeah, it sounds like some more good Radiant stuff. So sounds like, I always tell people that don't know much about Radiance, I was like, their output is very similar to what reminds me of what Criterion was doing in like the 2009 through 2013 period. A lot of that Euro-centric kind of film canon and
dark art house.
Yeah, dark art house kind of releases. I mean, like even this cover art right here looks like it was
it's beautiful
Criterion Blu-ray from 2011.
Yeah. I mean, Fran curates the hell out of this. I mean, great job. Not much else to say. Corruption looks good. But this one is very exciting as well. So September 14th in the UK, September 15th in North America, the Inugami family from 1976. This is a really big deal. When the wealthy patriarch of the Inugami dynasty dies, he leaves his fortune to Tamayo, a young woman from outside the family. There's one condition. She must marry one of his grandsons. As the family gather in the stately mansion to discuss the situation, grisly murders occur. Detective Kosuke Kindaichi arrives to investigate the case and uncovers the secret history of the family's bloodline. Directed by Kon Ichikawa, who also did 10 Women in Black, which they announced last month, and then Fires on a Plane, which has been released by Criterion. This murder mystery was a massive hit in Japan that profoundly changed the Japanese film industry. Infused with a gothic atmosphere and featuring several now iconic scenes, the Inugami family has rarely been seen outside its home country, making it one of Japanese cinema's best-kept secrets. That alone, I mean, I have to have this. This sounds incredible, and the cover on this is beautiful. Newly filmed interview with Aaron Garo on the film's impact in Japan. Aaron is a brilliant film scholar on Japanese cinema. I worked with him on the Obayashi releases for Cult Epics. There's an archival doc on the director's style that's 44 minutes long. There's outtakes from Secrets of Kon Ichikawa's visual style, archival making of documentary with interviews with the director and star and editor, all kinds of archival stuff, and then a limited booklet with new writing on the film by Yuka Kimbara. I mean, this sounds amazing. Any thought on this?
Yeah, no, this is definitely one I want to buy as well. I love the artwork on this. It's pretty cool. So I will most likely buy this as well. Hopefully during a sale at Criterion. I mean, at Barnes & Noble after the Criterion sale. I think that starts in August. So.
Well, this doesn't come out until September 15th, so you're screwed.
Most Radiant stuff I have bought outside of the sale. I've got from Orbit.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, this sounds great. Can't wait. Here's that Bellatar that I talked about. It comes out on the same day, August 3rd, standard release, box set with all of his films. Not much else to say.
I do want to talk about on here. I see that there's a handful of films that are in SD only. I'm assuming that those are probably television movies that Bellatar made. That
I believe so. Yeah,
do not exist outside of tape masters.
Yep. So tape masters, or they've lost all the other elements, but it's likely tape masters. Yeah.
Yeah, and I also want to say Mozart's Ghost say that you hinted that once the football season starts, I'll be very busy again. Yes, and that's not only because
multiple reasons.
College football. Yeah, I was about to say I also work at a car dealership that's a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, so I have to work at every Jags home game. So
at least you're always done before the playoffs.
Hey! Not last year. We made it.
I know.
We lost. I was there. It was heartbreaking.
It was just a fun way to barb. I don't even know sports.
Most
I don't even know.
I think we've only made it to the playoffs twice since 2007. We made it in 2017 and last year.
I guess the joke kind of works.
Exactly. So you're almost there.
Silent Mandible claiming to be the tape master. So
And
that's
I
good to know.
do, yeah, that's good to know too. And I do want to ask Mozart's Ghost what college program he's a fan of. I'm the true sicko because I'm a Florida State Seminoles fan. And you got to be a sicko to be a fan of them right now because holy shit.
All right. Going on from
Hey.
Bellatar. The next release from Severin is Metamorphosis from 1990, coming out on 4K and Blu-ray during their sale. Now, the big call here that if you're wanting the limited edition, you might want to jump on this because they're doing another one of their crazy covers where they put another title, the Italian title on here, and this was known as Reanimator 2. With their terrible blurring, you can't see
dude,
this.
how could you read that? Come on, bro.
But they've got it set up where you can reuse and interchange vinyl clings to the cover of this film. This is the first time on 4K, and it's got a bonus soundtrack CD with it. This is supposed to be a really great release from what it sounds like. Go ahead.
No, I'm just shaking my head and agree. That definitely,
All right.
I'm very excited. I love the Severin sales, so I'm very excited for these. I always love seeing
This
these.
is Luigi Montefiore or George Eastman writing and acting in this. I mean, what else do you say? It's got an interview with George Eastman on here. It's got an interview with the cinematographer, interview with the producer, interview with the makeup artist, Maurizio Trani. I mean, the slipcover, interchangeable titles. That's a unique Severin gimmick here.
Yeah, I dig it. I like it. I do have Jaws 5, and I only have one other one. I have the Evil Dead 5.
Oh, that's
whatever.
what is?
Or Evil Dead 4 or whatever it is. It's behind me. It's in the direction.
Speaking of behind you, this is the really old Severin one is Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3 for Night Killer.
That's cool. I do want that. And then they also did the Terminator 2, right? For another.
Oh yeah, it's here somewhere.
Hey.
Why am I taking so long for this? This is terrible TV. Here you go.
Let's go. I did watch
Shocking Dark.
I did watch Cruel Jaws last year. I did enjoy Cruel Jaws a lot. I really did. I watched it on like a Sunday night, and it was pretty cool vibe movie.
The big question: did it make you really crave spaghetti?
Oh yeah, I guess a little bit. You know what? I did eat something while I was watching it. I think I was eating spaghetti. But yeah, no, I love the John Williams part of the movie as well too when it starts playing the Star Wars.
Oh man, Jaws 5 is wild.
Yeah.
Oscilloscope. We've not watched. We've not talked about them in quite some time. I feel like, but this summer they are putting out a Blu-ray and DVD of Natchez from last year. This supposedly is supposed to be a really great movie. It captures unsettling clash between history and memory in a small Mississippi town, a layered mosaic of people contending with the weight of the past in a place where it is always present. Ryan, I agree. Yeah, Night Killer, Shocking Dark are essential. All right, this has equal parts amusing and disturbing. We journey through an antebellum tourist destination at a crossroads as it grapples with a deeply troubled history that is so thoroughly ingrained in its present, we're left to wonder if it's actually past at all. Good night, Travis. Talk to you soon. This has an audio commentary with the director on here and the producers there with them and the editor and the cinematographer. You got Q&As from screenings in Memphis and New York City, some deleted scenes, soundtrack mood piece, and a trailer. Oscilloscope. Anybody been checking any of their newer things out? They've been putting out some pretty good movies. They've got a couple more coming down the pike. I'm very interested to see. Next up, this one is... I won't say it's odd because it's VCI and they kind of make their own choices. But September 22nd, they're putting out from 1964, Quick, Let's Get Married. And everything I've read about this is that this movie is awful. But we've got on here Ginger Rogers, Ray Milland, Barbara Eden, Elliot Gould. I mean, that cast sounds like it's got to be decent, but supposedly terrible. This has a commentary by Rob Kelly, noted film historian, podcaster, and artist. It's a wild credit there. Poster and photo gallery of Ginger Rogers, Raymond Land, Barbara Eden, and Elliot Gould movies and television shows. This, to me, sort of an interesting choice of an extra, especially when we found out recently that VCI has used AI to make supplemental features for the discs. They are just putting out a photo gallery of posters of the 4 main stars of their other films. I don't know. That's not rebuying goodwill for me. Curious about what the hell they're deciding here, but I don't know. Let's see. Ronnie says regarding Oscilloscope, finally watched Columbus a few weeks ago. Columbus rules. Columbus is great. Elliot Gould is the mute. Yep. Very much so. Maybe the movie's bad, but the cover is quite exciting. Interesting. Mozart's Ghost agrees. Thought it was a Franco or Brass film. I mean, I see that. Although the art here looks, I don't know, is that the original poster? I need to look that up. Curious about that one. All right. Moving on from there. Speaking of Troma, we talked about them a little while earlier. Sweet Meats from 2024 getting a Blu-ray from Troma on September 8th here in the US. We get a new commentary. The Grind is what they're calling the making of here, and then Evolution of a Song, writing the music of Sweet Meats, cast and crew feature-length interview. Had you heard of Sweet Meats before?
I have not at all.
It's brand new, 2024. I'm kind of curious if this is bad, but this, I mean, sounds kind of fun.
Yeah, that's cool. It's very new, so
I have a feeling what the special meat is in this movie. Anyways, all right, September 7th, we're getting a Blu-ray and DVD release from BBC over in the UK of Ghost Stories collection from 2018 to 2024. Now, this one is I still don't know if this is accurate. It says featuring an all-star cast, Mark Gatiss presents 4 ghost stories for Christmas, inspired by the short stories of M.R. James, Arthur Conan Doyle, and Edith Nesbit. That okay. It says there's 4 stories, and then they list 6 different stories. I don't know what to believe, but hey, you can pre-order this.
I'm trying to keep you on your toes.
I'm going to learn to count at some point.
There you go.
I do like these BBC ghost stories. I think they're actually pretty well made usually, and I'm curious to check this out. Moving right along. We're getting a 4K disc soon of a little movie called Manhunter, at least over in the UK from Studio Canal. This is likely going to come to disc in the US. We don't have confirmation of that, but it is coming in the UK at some point, likely in 2026. So the big thing here is they say that they are announcing and presenting Michael Mann's Manhunter, the final cut, because Michael Mann doesn't know how to leave his movies alone. It's the 40th anniversary later this year. The groundbreaking thriller that defined the serial killer genre will return to theaters via a brand new 4K restoration. The film will play in select U.S. theaters on July 24th, following its debut at the Academy Museum of Motion Pictures, David Geffen Theater on Friday, June 12th, and at Il Cinema Ritrovato Festival in Bologna. The film will also release theatrically in the UK on September 25th and in home entertainment later this year. So this new 4K final cut was overseen by Mann. It enhances the film's depth, visual clarity, and sound, offering audiences the ultimate immersive version. Shot in 1985, this was on a frontier in both its subject matter and film form, initiating an impressive list of subsequent films and series. But that whole enhancing visual clarity and depth and sound is definitely worrisome coming from somebody like Michael Mann.
Yeah. And then something interesting to note is that I may just be reading this wrong. It includes the HDR and SDR version.
Both the theatrical version and the UHD, HDR, and SDR video color gradings were performed by Stefan Sonnenfeld at Company 3 in Los Angeles with the director.
So does that mean probably the Blu-ray disc and the 4K disc?
I would imagine, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. And then the everybody's favorite Restoration House did this too.
the Piss House, yeah.
Yeah, the 3 colors or 1 color yellow. That's like my favorite meme I saw on it.
Yeah, I don't know what to feel here. I'm eager to check out reviews. I love Manhunter. I think it's really great. It is probably well, I was gonna say like second or third favorite in the franchise, and that's not saying much when there's only like 7 movies or whatever. But it's fantastic. I love this movie. I like pretty much every one of the Hannibal Lecter movies, even the prequel, which most
I
people
saw
love.
I saw Hannibal Rising in theaters with my dad, so that came
Hannibal
out.
Rising is fun.
I liked it a lot. It came out in '06, I think. So
That sounds right.
I would have
Somewhere
been
around
like
there.
10 or 11 years old, and as a 10-year-old, it's like a new Hannibal Lecter movie. This is so cool, and like he was stoked on it, and we went and saw it, and we both enjoyed it. It was great.
Yeah, it's a great movie. I
I
think if you've
that
never
guy.
seen it, Tom Noonan is wild in this movie. William Peterson is great. Brian Cox, pretty good. He's no Anthony Hopkins. That we got to be honest there. But I mean, great movie. Michael Mann directed the hell out of it, and he got it right. I don't know why there's literally like 5 cuts of this movie out there. It's crazy. And
Figure it
now we
out.
have the final cut.
Figure it out.
Come on.
Come on.
Next up, I forgot this was this week, and this was literally today. So yeah, the newest acquisition announced for Antenna is the movie The Weird Kids. This is from just a couple years ago, and this movie did pretty well at a bunch of festivals and never got a full U.S. release, never got distribution, struggled to find anything. And I adore this movie, so signed the absolute shit out of this movie. It is really wonderfully animated. It is essentially if you like Gravity Falls and Stranger Things, it's a mashup of those two, and you add in fart jokes, and you get The Weird Kids. It is brilliant, funny, really great gateway horror. We're putting it out to theaters in late July or early August, and it's going to get a really wonderful physical release at some point. But the crazy thing is, the director, Zach Passero, is treating this literally as like starting a franchise. He's already got multiple stories written for the future. He's got other things that he's looking to do to expand this world. So we've got a lot to cover. But I think if you get a chance to see this on the roadshow out by your house in theaters, go check it out because he's got some wonderful stories. This thing was executive produced by Lucky McKee. Lucky will be out on tour with some of the stops for the roadshow. And this is just truly amazing. I can't wait for people to see this. The movie is beautiful to look at, and in a world where I love animation like I do, stoked to be able to finally announce one that we are putting out. So check out The Weird Kids. And then Severin today announced they're putting out a Blu-ray of the Perros Callejeros trilogy from 1977 to 1980, and this thing, I mean, this sounds great. It says, recognize the original Kinky. Perros Callejeros features a star-making performance by real-life street felon Angel Fernandez Franco as charismatic young hoodlum El Torrete. De La Loma's adolescent anti-hero returns in Perros Callejeros 2 to battle an increasingly brutal world of robberies, prison, and vengeance. And then in the final movie, the titular gangster joins forces with the equally notorious El Vaquilla for a rampage that turns violent criminals into pop culture idols. This sounds crazy great. I've loved most of their Kinky releases they put out so far. Kind of crazy, like hyper violent, street violent type of releases. Very subversive. Pretty great. And all kinds of extras on here. We got interviews with lots of people associated with it, interviews with actors, actresses, film scholars. Is this up your alley there, Gage?
Yeah, I'll definitely want to get this. I do have the Kinky set, and I have not opened it and watched any of them yet. But I'm very interested in them because I hear how frequently they're brought up on the Severn podcast of how much they love them. So it's definitely high up on my watch list. This packaging looks pretty impressive too for Severn.
I was about to say, the design on this is so unique. I feel like for Severn, they normally go for something that feels classic-ish, and this does feel classic, but in like a very different way, and it's still very brash and in your face.
It is brash and in your face, but it feels more art house than they lean usually with their design.
Yeah.
So I love this look. It's amazing.
Yeah, and I mean 3 movies. Because they're not super well known and they're not 4K discs, this will likely be I don't want to say cheap, but it'll likely be like a little over $30.
Yeah,
something like that.
Okay.
That's Severn, you can normally knock something out for about that price. That sounds like a pretty good rate.
Yeah, I will most likely be purchasing this during the sale. Or during the weekend. It will not be on sale, but I will purchase it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I was literally about to say that.
Yeah.
But that is it. That is all the announcements for the week. So let's go over what's coming out this next Tuesday, in case you forgot. The big one, Day of the Dead on 4K from Scream Factory, Audition 4K from Arrow, Scream 7 coming out on 4K, everybody's favorite Scream movie, right? The Super Mario Galaxy movie on 4K, them on 4K from Scream Factory.
Warner Archive upgrade them.
Yes.
I want to point that out.
We get Night of the Seven Kingdoms, the Game of Thrones spin-off series 4K. Perfect Blue getting a 4K steelbook. Eraser getting a 4K from the studio. Hamilton 4K, super expensive collector's edition thing. The Arrival 4K shipping from Lionsgate Limited. Ready or Not 2, Here I Come, the most wasted space in a title for a film in the last 5 years. How do you not just call it Ready or Not, Here I Come? What the hell, guys? Come on. Let's see. We've got the Cloud Atlas 4K steelbook. To Kill a Mockingbird 4K steelbook coming out. A Man Could Get Killed from Kino. Unearthly Stranger coming out from Kino. Project A and Project A Part 2 standard 4Ks. Waves of Lust from Raro. Queen Kelly from, I believe, Milestone. I think that's probably a Gage title, eh?
Yeah, I want to get that badly.
Epic, the Elvis Presley in concert release is coming out next week as well. All these Super Mario Galaxy special editions and such. Difficult People, the complete series. I definitely want to get that one eventually. Jory from Kino coming next week. You, Me, and Tuscany. If you didn't jump out to theaters to check that out, you can see it next week on Blu-ray. Blood Barn from Cineverse.
I also wanted to point out Grand Hotel, which that I know that was out of print for like a couple days, and I thought it would come back as a Warner Archive title, because that typically happens with these Warner discs that go out of print, like the King Kong and the Jazz Singer and Big Parade and a few other. So I'm surprised that it's just coming back as a regular Warner disc
with nothing changed. Yeah, it's interesting. I think they're doing like 4 of those. I think something like that coming up. It's interesting.
Grand Hotel is amazing, by the way. If anybody has not seen it,
not seen it. Ronnie, yes, Pink Narcissus is out next week. This is just the U.S. releases that are coming out next Tuesday. If we go through everything that's coming out in the week, we'd be here for 15 minutes after the announcements. Just the U.S. But yeah, Pink Narcissus, eager for that one. The Strand releasing version, I think, is already out in the U.S., and that BFI is shipping already to most people. So check that out. Anything you're super excited for other than the one you just shouted out?
Yeah, I do definitely want to get that Them 4K. Although, will Arrow do a 4K of it? Who knows?
That's true.
I'll probably hold off on it because it looks like this doesn't even have the slipcover or anything. So this might be something that's around for a while. So I'll probably hold off.
That's been a curious one. Why is Scream Factory just kind of like this title out? It makes no sense. It's like one of the most not even just inspiring, but like it's one of the most fully influential of an entire genre type of films.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I mean, their slipcovers are so I don't care about their slips anyways. So, but it's just like a standard release. I'll probably just hold off for a while and see if anybody else in the UK releases it or something. I'll definitely want to get the Audition 4K. I like that movie.
Arrow, yeah.
Yep. So there's a few other things in there I'm interested in.
Well, we wanted to highlight Video Ghost quite a bit. Mozart says it does come with a slip, and just Blu-ray.com is just not displaying.
Okay, that's cool. I also saw he is an Ohio State fan, and someone else is in there here is an Ohio State fan too. So I can respect Ohio State's commitment to their football program.
Wanted to highlight Video Ghost and the idea of programming films in a theater for people. What has been what's been one of the funner titles to show everybody in the theaters?
Oh man,
other than what we talked about already.
Yeah, for sure. No, I guess I should briefly start too by saying like my history is of quote unquote being a programmer of any sort has started with Norman Studios back before pre-COVID, when I was programming their Silent Sunday events, which I don't really program for them anymore, but they that kind of, as like a younger person was really cool to have that opportunity to choose these silent movies for like a largely retired audience. But I've wanted to kind of get outside of that for a while, and I wanted to get into some kind of alternative programming and stuff. So Video Ghost is allowing me to do that with what I've shown so far. And so far, I believe I can rip off everything that we did off the top of my head because it's only like 4 or 5 titles so far. But starting off, we started with Bubble Bath, which was I wanted to start with a movie that I actually something I know we kind of talked about this being like a discussion of movies that we want to program. Are you still wanting to do that or just kind of chat?
I mean, we can do both.
Okay, yeah, we could, because I didn't really have the time to create like a list or anything, but I have like a huge list in my head. So if you wanted to rattle off like your list, and I could come up with 5 that I just know that I will be showing eventually.
Sure. Yeah.
So, but
Let's just chat and talk it out.
yeah, so like one of the things that I had initially planned on starting with doing Fella Day, and then I had seen Bubble Bath in like January. And then like when February, like, I think maybe February, March was when I did my first screening with Video Ghost. That instantly became, okay, actually I'm going to start with Bubble Bath. I do like Fella Day probably more than Bubble Bath in some ways. Like I don't even know if that's true. They're both very, very rewatchable movies, which I'm not a big rewatcher because like I have so many fucking movies. I'm always
Right.
trying something new. And I watched Fella Day for the first time last year, and I've already seen it 3 times, and I've seen Bubble Bath twice now. And yeah, it's just very enjoyable to be able to show movies to people that otherwise would have never found. It's just very satisfying to do that. So
Yeah.
I think all of us, that collect kind of feel that way of like, oh man, I wish I could be the DJ, like, so put people onto stuff. So like it's definitely like something fun to do. But I was worried about doing Bubble Bath first because it's Hungarian animated musical from the 80s. And it's like
That nobody has heard of.
that noise like I remember telling my mom that she had asked what I was doing for my first screening, and she's like, well, people want to go to that? And I'm like, and it was my first event, and I think we only sold like 20. I think only 26 people were there, and we only sold 21 tickets, like not counting the Video Ghost employees that I had working with me that night. So it's like the only one at the Literary Lounge that has not been a sellout was that movie. And it was very close to being that. And after the movie, everybody was like, oh my God, like I would have never thought to watch this. I am in love with this movie. I'm in love with this soundtrack. And every event since then, everybody that's came up to multiple events, I keep hearing about Bubble Bath. Like, oh my God, like that Bubble Bath movie. I finally just sold the rest of my standard Blu-rays that I had bought for.
Nice.
So that's all sold out. And then I was able to do Donnie Darko next. So I kind of when I announced that I was going to be doing film screening, I announced those 2 things because I wanted to also announce something that people had heard of before, like
And very different.
Very different, and just to kind of show a little bit of a range of things that I would be doing. And I'm also a big fan of Donnie Darko too, and I knew that the bookstore has a lot of people that would enjoy Donnie Darko, and that one was the first one that sold out for us. So
Nice.
Seeing that was amazing. There was I'm gonna call this guy out, but I think he'd be okay with it because he was very nice and we talked about it. But there was a guy like crying at the end of the movie, which the movie it makes me emotional. It made me more emotional this watch than it had ever before. And I don't know what it was. Maybe it was because it was around a whole bunch of people, and it was just like, I don't know, like a gratifying thing for me to be able to show all these people, and then hearing that guy get emotional kind of made me a little bit of emotional. And he had kind of talked afterwards about like his brother really liking the movie, and his brother had just passed away recently, and how much it meant to him to come out and see this. And he was a very nice gentleman, but he was actually one of the producers on I believe Factory 25 put it out, a movie called No Sleep Till. It was like a label release. He was actually one of the producers for it. I didn't even realize that it was filmed here in Jacksonville. And so I
Oh,
just purchased it during the sale, so I have the slipcover version of it coming in. I believe it's actually on the partner sale right now, where they have certain partner labels. I believe it's 50% off on there too currently right now. So go check that out because it's a
nice.
local film. So that it was really cool to do that. And then yeah, I've done a handful of others. Um, it's just been really fun. Death by Temptation was a lot of fun, and then of course Stolen Kingdom was a lot of fun. Like it's just been really a great time doing it. And like I said, we got the 3 coming up on that weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun, and
Yeah,
we'll continue to do them the first Fridays of every month until I die, hopefully.
amazing. Love to hear that. So you mentioned Feladay.
Yep.
You want to rattle off any other titles? You want me to name one or two? How do you want to go about that?
Yeah. Do you go ahead and name one? I listed Feladay. That was one that will definitely be shown at Video Ghost Cinema Club before the end of the year.
So the like 4 of these are similar, very mainstream movies, and I guess technically all of them are very mainstream movies. But I mean, the big thing is I want to get a giant crowd reaction from a lot of these, and
Yeah.
selfishly,
Before
their movies. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I don't want to cut you off, but before you
You're good.
continue, I do want to. You should add on that you were just able to show Stolen Kingdom and like kind of be a presenter of it recently, within the past few days.
I mean, I did talk about that last week on the show.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is exciting to be able to do that in person. Love being able to talk about it, being able to stand up and intro it was a blast. First time I've had to do that for anything. Yeah, I don't even know what else to say. It was interesting. I did not think I was nervous, and then I got up and started to talk and went, man, like this means so much more. I'm like suddenly nervous because it's something that I've been working on for the last got 2.5 years literally, and to finally be doing it was like, whoa, this is the moment, and it was here, so it was cool. So yeah, a couple of these are like really obvious choices, but they're movies from my youth that were hammered hard into me that I would love to see because I was I was just too young, and so
Sorry.
anyways, a big one. I love that I'm about to say this title right after those two. Point Break is such a fun, unique movie, and I've never been able to see that on a big screen. And there's not a lot of chances to see Point Break on a big screen, and to see that with a bunch of friends and like people actually into that era of film, like seeing that on 35 would be great right now.
Be sick. Yeah, that would be really.
That's
good.
a big one for me.
All right. Well, another one. I guess this will be one that's not necessarily a Video Ghost teaser, but one I almost did for my birthday during COVID. Sunray was allowing like private parties or whatever, and you could bring your own Blu-ray and screen it on the big screen in there. And I came so close to doing this and did not do it. And I definitely want to plan some kind of event screening of Over the Top, the Sylvester Stallone arm wrestling movie.
Yeah.
Like that was one I watched with like a group of friends when I was like in high school. And I would imagine that seeing that in theaters would be amazing. And I want to do like some kind of like arm wrestling competition, like win a Video Ghost gift card or something like that, like, and make an event night out of it would, I think, be a lot of fun.
Hell yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Huh, interesting. I've never loved Over the Top, I gotta admit, but I should see it again.
Yeah, it's definitely great with the crowd.
So my next one is another really obvious one, but Raiders of the Lost Ark. I can't imagine seeing that in the theater when it was brand new or exciting or just seeing it be something that overtakes the crowd. But the one that I took this off of my list for because too many people have seen Raiders. I immediately went, I got to go something even. Yeah, what's that? You've never seen it at all?
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. No.
Okay, so we got to go to Jacksonville and show Gage Raiders. My big thing that I was going to replace it with is a movie that most of you watching have probably seen, but City of the Living Dead is another movie that meant a lot to me growing up, and I can't imagine right now like properly seeing that on a big screen with a great crowd and understanding like this is Fulci, this is important, this is super influential movie, and she's literally barfing up guts right now, and we're watching that together. Like that's exciting to me, and yeah, dying to see City of the Living Dead on the big screen.
I was able to see The Beyond on the big screen at Sunray before they moved.
That's exciting.
That was a great experience with the crowd for sure. And City of the Living Dead, I watched. I think I may have. That would have been. I think the last time I was on the podcast was when I had just got back from Savannah, and literally it was like Sunday night. I'd got back from Savannah. Sunday, I'd got back from Savannah. Sunday night, I'd watched City of the Living Dead and realized it was filmed in Savannah, and then was on your show that Thursday, I believe.
Nice, very nice.
So I do love that movie a lot. And I also want to bring up that Terry Talks movie says he wants to see Watt Stacks in a theater would be sick.
Yeah. Watched the OG versions of Raiders Secret of the Incas with Charlton Heston. I've heard it's good.
Yeah,
heard it's good. Lost Highway, good movie.
Oh, I missed Lost Highway in theaters at Sunray to do an episode of what's the Chasing Labels podcast, and they were like, "What the fuck? Why would you miss that to do this?" And I was like, "No, I want to do this."
Oh man, shout out Andrew and Steven. Love those guys.
I love those guys too. They're so sick.
All right, next up from you got another one you want to share?
Oh yeah, I guess I should what was the other one that I had just, so when I planned this screening of Tammy and the T-Rex, Stolen Kingdom again, and Strigala, I had moved around something. I moved Felidae back, and then there was something else that I moved back to further. I'll keep thinking about what it was that I moved back. And to make up for the time, I wanted to bring up something we kind of touched on earlier with like having Ilsa for sale at my table of like certain things that I've like thought about. So like I'd reached out to you about potentially showing Rubber's Lover at one of my screenings, and then I watched the movie and I was like, you know what? I'm probably not going to screen this one.
Let's pump the brakes a little bit.
Yeah, we'll pump the brakes on it. And I think it's something that I've kind of discussed a lot with, a lot of the patrons of Video Ghost about like, what would you like to see here?
Yeah.
They're kind of your boundaries of things that you would like to see or not like to see. And everybody seems pretty damn open about whatever. And then I was actually having a discussion with somebody one time, and I can't remember what movie it was, but it was, it may have actually been Audition. We were talking about Japanese movies and how a lot of them have essay in them. And it's like, when you're, there's a lot of these movies that we talk about that we like these movies, but then like when you're the person that's like showing the movie to 30 that don't know what they're getting into, especially for me who have only shown like 6 movies or something to these relative strangers that come to my events, me being like, okay, yeah, now you guys like Bubble Bath, now let's watch Rubber's Lover. They would be like, well, I'm never going to come to any of your events again. So you kind of have to like think about what you're doing here. But anyways, the discussion I was having with somebody, they were just like, oh yeah, no, you should definitely not show that movie. It's got like way too much like essay in it. Like that's probably, yeah, you should not do that. And then she was looking through all my discs on my table, and she picks up Thriller, Cruel Picture. She's like, oh my God, I love this movie. It's so fucking good. And I was like, yeah, do you think I should screen that one? She's like, oh man, I didn't think of it that way. And I'm like, yeah, it's like we love these movies. But sometimes they have like, you have to think about what your audience is wanting to see. So I've kind of shifted, and then I wanted to bring back up Miss 45. That was another one on my initial. I was actually going to announce 4 movies that I was doing, and Miss 45 was one that has got delayed of when I will show it, but I do want to show it eventually because it's very good. And I
It
remembered
is
what
very good.
I remembered what the other movie was that I pushed back, but I'll let you go do another movie.
Okay, so let's see. So one of my big ones, I've got, what do I have left? 2 or 3? I don't remember which ones I've talked about now. Anyways, I guess it doesn't even matter at this point. So one of the big ones is Alien. I really want to bring a crowd to Alien. I think it would be exciting, especially like if I can somehow find a younger crowd that's never seen it.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That sounds exciting as hell to me, to be able to just be in a room with people just tense to Alien.
Yeah. That would be sick. No, go ahead.
And then I want to make it a double feature and do another. I don't know if you call Alien a creature. It's more of like a haunted house movie, I guess. But
Yeah.
I kind of want to follow that up with fucking Tremors. Like I've never been able to see Tremors on a big screen, and that with a crowd that's wound up and then can let loose after that just sounds so damn fun.
Yeah, that does sound great. Did you just thinking about being wound up and let loose, but did you see fuck, I can't remember the name of it. Aggro in theaters? The
No, I've not, no.
Okay, I got to see that in theaters, and I was fucking drunk when we went and saw that. We had like killed a whole like 24-pack before we left the house, went down to the theater, and then all got a bucket each, and that was a very good experience theatrically. But that just reminded me of that when you just said that with Tremors, because that would probably also be everybody drinking PBR and watching Tremors in a theater would be pretty fun.
I mean, sure, maybe. I don't like beer again. I'll throw that out there.
Well, you can have Dr. Pepper.
Okay. I mean,
Have
Dr. Pepper and Jack. All right.
Oh yeah, that works.
All right. You got any more you want to throw out?
Yeah. The other one that I had initially had on my first list of few movies that has now been pushed back some is I want to show Decoder.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's another kind of one that I know that most likely people have never heard of before. But I kind of went through. So my friend Carl, who does a lot of the events with me, it's one of his favorite movies, and we kind of discussed doing that, and that being at a music venue. I think one of the next times I do one of the music venues, I might try to show that because the music in that movie is amazing, and
it's great. Yeah,
at the same kind of bar like atmosphere where they have like some nice subtle neon lighting in there. Like I think that watching Decoder in that kind of atmosphere would work a lot. So I think that might be something that I do earlier next year.
That sounds fun. That and like Liquid Sky would be a really fun one to share.
I need to see Liquid Sky. I'm at this point, I'm kind of holding out hope that Vinegar Syndrome, unpopular opinion, I would like to start doing some 4K upgrades. I know a lot of people they're happy that they're not, but I would like for them to do some.
I'm at this point. I'm like, I wonder if Scream Factory is going to start announcing Vinegar Syndrome 4K upgrades because they already did Fade to Black. They could do all these that Vinegar Syndrome did for their first 6 years.
That is true. Didn't think about that.
It would be wild if Scream Factory is like 4K of sugar cookies and everything else.
That would be wild.
Okay, so the last one that I've got on my list, this is kind of my most like out of left field choice, which I don't know that we've talked about him too much, but I, because you're here, wanted to talk about stuff that we've brought up for you for a lot, and I have watched so much Charlie Chaplin over the years and never seen any of it on a big screen. And my favorite Chaplin that favorite entire film, not like there are certain parts of other films that are my favorite that are better than this, but I can't imagine how amazing it would be to see City Lights played on a big screen for a crowd that does not watch old school films like that and get like Ben Modell to come out and make music live to it would be everything. I would love that.
That'd be sick. I think Ben Modell eventually will do something at Norman Studios. I'm hoping that will happen. He is a great collaborator with us. City Lights I have not seen, surprisingly enough.
What in the world?
I've seen a lot of Harold Lloyd and Buster Keaton, but not a lot of Chaplin. I think the only Chaplins I've seen are The Kid, Gold Rush, and Great Dictator.
I mean,
and
We got some good ones.
Only two of those are silent, which is wild. So
Right.
but
Yeah, I
definitely
mean, that's
City Lights
crazy.
and Modern Times for sure.
How have you not seen City Lights?
I know. It's crazy. The list of City Lights and Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, that's just wild. I feel like you specific, like how? That's crazy.
The list of stuff that I haven't seen is ridiculous for sure.
Yeah,
But
and there's. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I've seen a lot of silent movies and silent movies with live music. Have you experienced that yet?
Not silent movies with live music. No, I have like Suspiria. I've seen with a live
Goblin
band.
or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah. I have seen a lot of silent movies with different levels of live music. So I've seen usually we only have like a pianist playing to it.
Right.
Sometimes we're lucky where the music or he's a percussion professor at JU or was. Unfortunately, they gutted like their entire. It's a liberal arts school, and they basically are turning it into a grade school. Yeah, they like are gutting it. But they he would come and play usually piano or marimba or something while he had a bass player and a clarinet player. So he'd have like a kind of small little entourage of his students
That's
come,
awesome.
which is really fun. But I also got to see the Flying Ace, the one surviving Norman Studios film, with about 20-piece orchestra at JU, which was really cool. But something that's really, really cool is actually this November, we're doing this Flying Ace with the full Jacksonville Symphony Orchestra. Will be playing for it in November. So that's gonna be outstanding. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, because it's the 100-year anniversary of the Flying Ace. So that.
Go ahead.
No, that's okay.
The only thing I was going to say is, for unique things like that, I wrote it down, but I felt like it was cheating, so I took it off. But the big thing is, I've always wanted to go to take a bunch of people to like one of those inflatable projector areas and show Jaws with everybody sitting in inner tubes.
Yeah, I want to do that too. I've seen that. I've
It's
actually
so much fun.
We'll have to look into this. But I have a friend that works at Martha's Vineyard a lot, and he has brought up that there was two theaters up there that have recently closed down, and they currently don't really have a theater there, but they have something that's very interesting. Is they have the African American Film Festival, I think is what it's called, that they do on Martha's Vineyard every year. And I've been meaning to reach out to them to see if we can get the Flying Ace shown up there, but it's usually like in mid-August or so. But yeah, I would love to go up there and go, hang out for that film festival, or I'm sure they show Jaws up there every summer. They have to.
Like it's law at that point.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I got to visit one day for sure.
I mean, that would be fun. I'm so, I don't know. It's film. Like,
yeah,
literally thousands of these would be a blast to screen with friends, family, with unsuspecting crowds. But I mean, I can't imagine like you said, like showing Bubble Bath, and then the following Friday being like, here's Rubber's Lover, turn on the lights after, go, how'd everybody feel? How was that?
Yeah, so I'm kind of like still like I haven't really set like any kind of theming or anything behind it. I think I said this earlier in the episode. I'm just kind of throwing stuff that I like at the wall that I think will resonate with the audience that have built so far through Video Ghosts, and I think that they would enjoy to see. So eventually I'll start trying to branch out more, and I can't wait to get more antenna stuff shown, and the stuff that you guys do through antenna, like Deaf Crocodile and TerraVision and some new wave stuff, and anybody else.
We get more stuff getting announced soon that are more partners.
I can't wait to see, man. So it's more stuff for me to be able to show easily, because you guys are amazing to work with. So anybody else that wants to screen films in their area, or small cinema owners that are watching this, like, I highly recommend Antenna. They are a great company to work with. So
I've heard they're good people.
They are. Well, except for that one guy.
Fucking Billy Ray.
No, he's the good one.
Obviously, we're talking about me. Yeah, I'm stoked for what the future holds. I mean, the big thing right now is we Antenna ourselves, like our titles, we have hardly even scratched the surface for what we have coming. I have people that have asked for like, oh man, any hints on which of your titles you've announced is going to be the first disc? You think we've announced anything that's going to be our first disc? There's still so many secrets that we've not revealed yet.
Ken Russell.
Any of our I think it's not the Devils. I think our first 4 releases are titles that will not be announced until they're coming out on home video. So
Nice.
that alone is exciting. Yeah, just so ready to finally share all the hard work on these with people.
And I can't wait to carry Antenna titles at Video Ghosts too. So I'm very excited.
A couple of them will do very well for that part of the country.
Oh, let's go. You're releasing Smokey and the Bandit. With Burt Reynolds.
I'm gonna be honest. If he's still watching, there's a couple people like Ryan would probably be stoked on that. Ryan Galland. But yeah, there's a lot that Floridians love. I mean, hell, even Stolen Kingdom is going to do super well down there a bit.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of people loved it at the screening, and I did have a couple of people ask if there was a Blu-ray of it, and I had to tell them not yet, but there will be. And
next summer,
I will have it next summer. There you go.
Next summer, it's far in the future at this point, but man, when it's out, it's gonna be special. I promise.
Yeah, well, I'll definitely be buying some stuff from you, and for sure, everybody, please check out Video Ghost Jax. Spelled the same way right here, JX on Instagram is how you can find me. I do have a Facebook, but I don't really use it that much. It doesn't really have nearly as amount of followers as my Instagram does. That's where you can catch all my updates and everything is on Instagram. So please follow me, DM me, say hey. I'm friendly.
That and the website, both linked in the description below.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, and if you want to buy tickets to any of my screenings, if you're in Northeast Florida in July, or Florida in general, make the trip to Jackson. Come see some fun movies and hang out with some cool people and buy movies.
You gonna start selling any of those movies online anytime soon?
Right now I'm not, because I don't have the inventory to do it. I don't want to start selling stuff online because I would hate to have only 7 pages of titles and only
7 pages is a lot, though.
It is, yeah, but let's say 5 pages of titles with 1 copy each. I just don't have enough bulk inventory. So my last order with Deaf Crocodile, it got I'm starting to buy multiple copies of stuff rather than just 1 copy of each title. So I'm starting to slowly build up that kind of inventory, and I'll definitely, when I launch the website, you will know about it, and I'll have you share it and everything. So
I will.
I've started, just because I've been doing this for a year now. I've kind of got a good collection of things that are now out of print. When I go to launch the website, I will have a little out of print section on there, and I'm going to sell everything for just regular price, but have a whole page of stuff that's hard to find.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, you heard it here first. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I was about to say, is it going to be like one of the other stores where they go on eBay and go, oh, that minus $3?
No, I'm going to sell it for the same price I was selling it for when I bought it. So
that's amazing. That's love to hear it. That's we need more people like that in video.
Yeah. So it's going to be a long time from now, probably, next year or so, but hopefully, that comes sooner rather than later, and hopefully a physical store comes sooner rather than later too.
I hope so. Jacksonville needs it. You need it, and you're the person to do it. It sounds like stoked for it. Yeah, if you're in Jacksonville or anywhere near Jacksonville, make the drive. Go hang out with Gage. Buy some tickets. Support a pop up, and support home video. Stores are needing it right now.
Oh yeah, we need it, man. And just the camaraderie of hanging out with everybody's the best part.
It's a big deal. I mean, genuinely miss, obviously a video store counter person that knows your style and can recommend you something that you love is awesome. But even just rubbing elbows with people, looking at the same type of movies and being able to be like, oh, have you seen that one? What else you like? And just start making friends. That's, you can't do that really, browsing orbitdvd.com.
Yep, exactly.
It's not the same.
Yep.
Well, Gage, you saved my life tonight. We had a very last minute change. Thanks for doing this.
Oh, anytime, man. For sure. If you ever need somebody on.
Literally anytime. Thanks.
There you go.
All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next Thursday night for the next one. And until then, be safe. See you then.
See you.
Thank you for watching The Disconnected. On the way out, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, that you've liked the video, and that you've copied the link to be able to share it with someone else that may appreciate this.